and welcome to the people who are not at Dragon Meet and are instead choosing to hang out with us. So, yeah, I was just looking because I noticed Jess is black here, but she has something over her camera. I didn't clock that before I switched the
I'm
thing
eating, so I don't want to see people.
Jess doesn't want to eat on camera like the rest of us.
I'm eating a Thanksgiving dinner in my bathrobe on camera.
This is the mukbang.
No shame.
We need to. Yeah. You're the
Not
one
today.
who likes it.
I do, but not today, not with me.
Fair.
This is my brand.
If it was normal food, but because it's ramen and I just like stuff an obscene amount of ramen in my face,
fair. That's fair. That's fair. I could even, if you want, I can whisper about it while you eat it. Then it'll be ASMR too.
Please don't.
Someone will pay a lot of money for that footage, Jess. Somewhere out there.
Yep, probably will. Just like someone would undoubtedly pay for footage about horseshoe crabs in my feet. Yep.
We got a video of a horseshoe crab fucking your foot.
I think that it's time to retell that story because we have new listeners. And that was completely out of
DMs@darkandgmail.com for all your horseshoe facts.
So it is
Everyone's
a great
furiously
amusement
hitting unsubscribe to horseshoe facts.
to my friends that I'm a fisherman, and up here in the Northeast where we go fishing in the springtime, if you fish from shore and you wade out into estuaries and stuff in saltwater, it's the horseshoe crab mating season, and they mistake your feet for other horseshoe crabs and fuck your feet. That has happened to me.
That's the whole story.
That has happened to me many, many times. Yes, I've been assaulted by horseshoe crabs. So it is now just a joke about me and horseshoe crabs.
His waders are really shiny, though.
Yes, they are. Kind of sticky sometimes too. Yeah. So anyway, welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back to DMs After Dark.
Like I said, so I know, like in the UK, it's Dragon Meet, which, from what I can understand, is their kind of Gen Con. It's a pretty big thing. The Call of Cthulhu Gaslight book is selling. Is already sold out. I think I saw online out there in Dragon Meet, so that's pretty cool. It's a great book. I got it over the summer. But anyway, if you're at Dragon Meet, have fun.
And you're watching us live from there, can you say hi to Theo Solomon for me? Thanks.
But for those of you who are not there and hanging out, thanks for being with us for another episode of RuneQuest. We are coming off the wedding, and I'm going to put Amber on the spot because she's very tired to recap everything that happened, and I'm just going to be amused by it. Nope. You'll be able to get me back eventually. Amber. Yeah, you'll be able to get me back eventually. It's fair. Everyone stare at her uncomfortably while she chews her turkey.
Okay, so when last we met on RuneQuest, it was the day of Deskara's wedding. On this, the day of Deskara's wedding. He is having a year marriage to his girlfriend, Izrala. Delighted. The Company of the Dragon is camped out near Izrala's home village in the surrounding lands and stuff. And that is also where a lot of the non-combatant villagers from our Haraborn clan have settled for the time being. Yes, so we're reunited with other family and friends and stuff that we haven't seen in a while for the holidays, sacred time. And basically, we went through a bunch of sacred time stuff. Many rituals were done and had and observed now from the new perspective of us being adults and having seen some shit. And youngins had the honor of fighting the evil spirits at the ceremony that summons them to see how things will go in the future. And we just feel old and tired. And during the sacred time, as one does, ancestors and those dearly departed did visit different folks, including Gordengar, came back, had a little chat with Rue about leadership and the unbearable crushing burden that will only get heavier. It was a mixed bag, but it was good to see him. Jorna has been struggling with her grief over Gordengar in her attempts to adapt to her new role, seeking vengeance as a temporary Vingan. And we didn't get to see her combo with Gordengar, but she was convinced to go talk to him at some point. What else happened? Sacred time, worshipping stuff. We all went out and did different rituals for our primary cults. And most of us biffed it, except for Deskara. I think he expertly watched the sun rise and set while the rest of us were like, in the woods. Various bad omens were seen and had, including, like Red Dancer Lady. Probably symbolic of other red lady cults. Did not bode well. But anyway, after Sacred Time and all of that, things and stuff happened. Discar's wedding came. And it was pretty cool. He was a little awkward, as always, but some speeches were had. Everybody was very celebratory. It was a breath of fresh air, something good happening, something for the future. Christian has been desperately trying to get us to take interest in the sketchness of that Tarsh lady that is with us, and we just keep ignoring that, and we did not change that last session at all.
Clearly nothing bad will ever come of that.
Nope.
And at the very end, there was some super bad fucking omens that happened. There was this ritual with this maiden, Israelan maiden, that does this ritual thing to like get omens about the future. And it was super, super bad, low vibes, man. Dark times are coming. The doom of the world was mentioned. Not great. Bad portents. I don't know what else I've forgotten.
That was about
You hit
it.
the nail right on the head.
Bad portents.
Bad vibes, man. Bad vibes.
Bad vibes, man.
Bad vibes.
Christian, did you see my message?
Hold on.
One thing to mention before we go further that you forgot to talk about?
Yes. Do you want me to do that? I suppose
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
I will, since you just pointed it out. We're going to change things up just a little bit this time in that we're going to start taking like a break in the middle just because like people have to pee. And it allows me to do something which I want to do is just focus more on playing, and then I'll answer questions in chat like during the break or right after the break. That way I don't break the narrative flow, because I have the attention span of a gnat, and I'll tend to like jump from one thing to another if I keep like looking at the flashing lights that are on the to my right, right here, which is the chat.
Kent and I are both in chat
Yeah.
mods, and we'll be able to answer questions throughout when we are not actively in scenes. But Christian has told us to keep him in check,
Yeah.
So, which is what I am doing.
Because I can tell you sometimes I can be like squirrel if I can see something, and I don't want to do that anymore. I want to focus more. Focus, Christian, focus. All right. So, is there anything else that we have to talk about? Three of us will be at PAX if you happen to be there next weekend. So, say hello if you happen to be at PAX in Philadelphia. The usual con crew, although sooner or later that'll change, and I'll be on the con crew to some of them. Yeah. We're working on that. We're working on that hard. Show them your mug, Kent.
Oh, yeah. Christian had gotten me this mug for my birthday. And
It's only a month late. Thanks, Amber.
Yeah. It is very epic, and it has liquid in it right now, so let me drink and you can see the bottom.
It says Discar on the bottom.
Discar!
Yeah. That's only one thing, though, right? That you got, Ken?
I only got the one
I have
thing.
not had a chance with the other thing.
Okay.
She was like, I remembered one of your gifts. And I was like, wow, that's a huge
Well,
improvement.
I remembered both, but there was a kerfuffle over Glowforge usage at the library that interrupted my ability to finish the other. We'll be able to do that next week.
The other one needs some work, Kent, but it'll be worth the work once you get it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That's only been in existence since July, that one.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I am nothing
It's
if
gonna
I not patient.
Finely aged.
It is. It's like aged beef.
He's like, please God, don't let it be beef. Just sitting in my office, the mice are like, yeah.
Hey, Kung Fu Fenris, damn.
Yeah.
I haven't had him in a while. Cool,
Yeah.
welcome, man.
Couple of people that popped in.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
not
in a
just-
while.
Hey, not just a welcome, fucking 8 months of subscription. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you so much, man.
That's super sweet. We appreciate the resub, my good dude.
So we start with, because this is a sandbox.
Before
Okay.
we still go on again, we did add some new things to Twitch chat.
Oh yeah, go ahead. That's true. We did.
Now that Sarah is chewing something.
Damn, I just got ambered. Yes. So, if you at any point want to check out our social medias outside of me spieling them all at you at the end of stream. You can do !socials, and you will be able to get all of these links to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky, which I promise I'll pick back up. I'll get there. I'm
I
still
gotta
logged
get
in.
on Blue Sky.
We'll get
Same.
there. The DMs one is there, and I will start to be active on it. But if you want to follow us, we are all there. And we have ! merch. If you want to buy any of the merch with the art from Katrina de Rim, with our beautiful characters on it, and we were sent a picture of all 5 of our characters on throw pillows on someone's couch, and it was the coolest goddamn thing.
Yep.
So if you want to continue to make our day. But yeah, if at any point either of those pop up and you need to take a little peek-see, use those ! Please don't spam them or I'll cry and have to adjust their cooldowns. But you guys are cool, so please don't. Thank you.
Actually never had a problem with anyone. I'm probably like jinxing it now, but we've really never had. The only person I can ever remember being like a little bit of a jerk was one person that showed up on our very first stream who was like, "Why is Troy wearing a pink shirt?" And like other people in chat just shouted them down. And it was one of Troy's friends anyway. It was just like messing
Oh,
with him.
it's just one of
That doesn't count. Yeah.
Really, of all the shots that you could take at Troy, that one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
But anyway,
Seriously.
I think that's all our
Troy,
announcements now.
Yeah, that is.
champion of clogging the toilet.
Whoever drew that was spot on too. That looked just like Troy.
It was so good. Jackbox.
But the Jess one was the best though. But I don't think we can
Ken
like.
was like vomiting a little bit. Like vomit was like he was overfull and he was laughing
Yep.
in the kitchen and wheezing so hard. He was like, "I'm gonna puke."
Poor Jess.
Because I only saw half of that. I didn't know what it was about. And I drew the other half, and then I saw what it was about, and I just fucking died.
That was so good.
So, okay. So we're gonna start early sea season. Actually, right where the whole campaign started, which is Plow Blessing Day. You guys have hung around a little bit. The weather's cleared. It's just been like rainstorms and stuff. It's just spring basically there now in Sartar. Roads are starting to open up, but it's still like a little bit of a muddy mess. It's like the end of mud season. So roads are going to be open. Travel is going to be available soon, but you guys are still hanging tight because there's not a ton of travel going on. What have you guys been up to?
I think for
Jess has
Descara,
been up to.
besides that, because he did have a near-death experience, or semi kind of death experience. He had a loss of limb incident. I think he wants to pick up more kind of combat training.
Mhm.
So he would ask some folk to do some training on the side when he's not like, while we're not traveling, or
Do you know who's
he's off
really good with
hunting.
an axe?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
He honestly would probably
Aranina,
ask
oh
Aranina
man.
for pointers.
She's
For
like,
sure.
she's
Bruce
like,
like, dude, she's great. She will hurt you.
She's
Be
like,
prepared.
"All right,
She
scrub,
hits way
let's-"
harder than Lonson.
Yeah, she's like, "All right,
says
scrub,
you
let's see what
fuck."
you got."
Yeah.
And yeah, you spar, and yeah, she does hit really hard with practice axes. She's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I like
You
we
expect nothing less.
yeah, we all know what she's about, and
You know, she hits really hard and we all like it.
Du bist min Frau, Aranina.
Yeah.
Tara's over here like,
Listen.
Muscle
Listen.
mommy.
Listen. I'm gonna mute myself now.
You can turn your camera off if you want to. We won't judge. Yeah, she's happy to help. She uses a two-handed axe, a little different from what
yeah,
you use.
I use one-handed because
Yeah.
originally when I was going with Des, I was gonna go like axe and shield.
Mhm.
But
Still
I never
very valid and very appropriate.
Yeah. I never ended up picking up the shield, so I still just have the axe, but I do well enough with it on its own.
For now.
For now.
Yeah. So yeah, she's happy to help.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good.
Oh, go ahead, Amber.
Go.
Okay. I think Bryn has been really homesick for all of this time, so I think she spends a lot of time with a lot of the villagers and people from the clan who like aren't here.
Sure.
Especially like the rest of maybe Das's family, and like her nephews and nieces and stuff. If she does, I think if she catches word, I would assume she does, about Jorna and wanting to trade more, she'll also reach out to Jorna if she wants to take up more practice session. She'd be happy to
Absolutely.
kind of train with her.
Jorna is totally down for that.
Yeah, because she's been there before. So
Angry.
yeah, so she'll practice with Jorna and kind of spend time with Rue and just a lot of the people in her home that she doesn't normally get to see. Yeah.
Rue has access to an oven. He can make fancy food for her again.
Sandwiches.
Bryn's not picky. She like loves like everything he makes. Her grandmother's a
roast beef.
terrible cook. so-
Jersey Mike's.
Yeah. Yeah, Jersey Mike.
Jersey, do you know
Loves
what I'm
it
so
all.
upset about? As an aside, Jersey Mike's sold themselves to private equity, which
Yeah, I
pisses me
saw
off
that.
because they're going to become shitified now. Like, give it like 2 years and they'll suck. Yeah,
Oh no, Jersey Mike's is so good.
I know. I
Yeah.
love Jersey Mike's. I honestly, I give it a year and a half to 2 years before it's like they're not slicing the meat there anymore.
There'll
and
be like
stuff.
3 teaspoons of meat and it's
6
all
months.
gristle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck, get
Horrible.
your Jersey Mike's now.
Yep. Seriously, Jersey Mike's is like the best. So bad. So sad.
Goddamn.
Yep. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. What? I got 2 more people here. What have you been up to?
Rue's side quest that is occupying him, secondary to Bryn, who is always the primary occupation, is he is looking to acquire some good maps. If he has to go to Johnstown to get them, he will. If he has to talk with people who've traveled more, he is trying to create maps that are good and detailed and fill in important informations on them. He does want to fill in information about the dragon teleporty plinths now that he knows about them. He will talk to Shavashak.
There is something I want to clarify. So maybe we can role play that conversation with Shavashak if you want to, because there's some stuff about the plinths I want to clarify a little bit. But yeah, we can role play that part if you want to. That's up to you.
Yeah. So how basically first question is, how easy is it to acquire some decent maps?
Johnstown and Boldholm would be the 2 closest places to get good maps.
Boldholm is obviously a no-go.
Correct. Johnston's probably pretty hard too, for a couple reasons, specifically for Rue, because that is the town city that, like, the tribes that are part of that confederation, 2 out of the 3 do not like the Telmori. It's the Colbrea and the Sinsinia.
Sunglasses
Yeah,
at night.
Would it be easier for Orissa to get to Johnstown?
Yeah, as long as nobody sees you and doesn't clock who you are. That's the other thing too, because you are indeed wanted criminals, all of you. So
Yeah, I figured she could use the white lady
they
leverage,
also,
but
there is a hospital in Johnstown,
which is why she thought she
yeah.
would fit in more. But
I mean,
You have-
we could do something about your hair. Perhaps
you do
we can
have.
disguise you, right? Like we
You
can.
do
I
have-
literally was
something
just gonna
out.
say, dye your hair black and no one will know who you
Her
are.
hair
It's
is
black.
Oh, damn it.
Orissa has a
Right,
very
right.
distinct look with all the layers and the shawls and stuff. So if we get her different clothes that are not normal Orissa clothes, we do something with her hair. Put a little
should-
rouge on her cheeks.
and hide her
Dress her-
hands.
Rouge
Yeah.
cheeks, red robes, 7 Mothers Priestess.
No, that's too much.
No one would suspect
That's
a
too
thing.
far.
She can still be a white lady.
Yeah,
So-
just not this white lady.
Just not this
So
white
the-
lady.
So
yeah.
little
People-
side quest here. I think this is a good one. Rue is gonna go with Orissa to get her close to Johnstown, obviously. Part of the
So
traveling
here's-
thing.
so
And anybody
before we-
else who wants to come too.
So before we do that, the people who would have the maps would be the Langermai sages.
Mhm.
You also happen to have one that was
We
a
have
member
one,
of
yeah.
your clan, Yodi Whiteheart,
Yeah.
he doesn't travel with you because he's like too old, but you could also start there and he
Oh.
might have something hanging around. Or he could at least get you in to see someone in Johnstown that might be able to help you.
Yes. That's the first place Rue would ask, obviously, is Jody. And then, get some advice there.
He's got
And then if
a
we
little-
have to, we've got a secret undercover mission for Johnstown with Larissa.
Okay, fair enough. So you've got, John brings up a good thing too. Isari's merchants will probably have good maps too because they travel a lot.
The roads,
You don't-
especially, right?
You don't have one around necessarily here, but
We just left one in the woods. God damn it.
you did.
At
But
Apple
they're
Lane.
around. You can always find them.
Oh, isn't Israela's her dad was a former Sari's merchant, right?
No, he's a merchant. He is. He's not a traveling one though. He more deals with them when they come into town, but he could be a guy to talk to.
Gotcha.
I don't remember his name, but that's Dessa's father-in-law. You definitely have it in there.
His name changes every episode.
Yeah.
It's let me see if I can remember it. Coolris?
Wait, I
Sure.
think I wrote it down
it's
from
Cool-
last time.
It's Coolbrick. She was Azrala, daughter of Coolbrick, somewhere, right?
Brick.
Cool brick.
His name
Cool
is
brick.
Stanley.
Yeah, we were making
His
fun
name
of
is
his name.
Stanley
Yep.
Coolbrick.
I wrote
Yep.
down Colville last
Stanley
time.
Cool brick.
Coolville.
Get out of
It's
here.
Coolville.
Yeah, I wrote down
Coolville. Yeah.
Coolville?
Colville last
Coolville.
time.
Yeah.
Coolville.
Coolville.
He's like, hey, Daddy-O,
Shaggy Coolville.
welcome to the Osiris Temple.
Where is it?
Let's make a deal.
I have it more.
Christian, you're getting booed in chat.
I know. I deserve it. I completely deserve it.
Coolville. Kulvil.
Coolville. Cool.
You know what? Maybe if there's time, Rue will start taking rudimentary reading lessons if Jody is willing to teach.
Ooh.
Start that.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting like I know the alphabet
You're
now.
gonna learn letters. Oh my god.
Someone
be
needs to
lettered
learn
smart.
to read.
He's gonna be lettered smart.
One of us needs to read. Do you like that?
You can't be. He's going to read so he can write his own poetry. All right. So who's starting where? Who's going to talk to whom?
Yes, though. All right. I think we be talking to Jody first.
Okay.
See where that
Jody
goes.
he's set up a small, comfortable-looking little shack very close to Bryn's grandma, and because they're pretty, they're tight, they're friends, and
We're all like, vibe check.
I thought Bryn's grandma was traveling with us.
nope, she's too old.
Oh, she stayed.
Yep.
Okay.
The only
Gotcha.
people traveling with you are people who are able to fight or able to patch up people who fought for the most part.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got like stacks of scrolls and stuff in there, and he's created a comfortable little home with like a nice indoor fireplace that keeps it nice and warm where you can sit and read. And he's got a very long white beard because that's like what they have to have as a sage. He basically looks like a Bronze Age wizard.
Excellent. Going to
Yes.
see the wizard.
Yes.
We'll, knock on the abode to announce himself.
Oh, hands up.
Hello? Hey,
Good to see you.
I'm doing all right. I brought you some biscuits and a little bit of honey.
You know, excellent, thank you.
He'll bring it in and like set it on the table for him. So I've been thinking, and you're sort of renowned for
It's a
thinking.
dangerous thing.
I have noticed. But I think we need better maps for the trials
Very well.
ahead.
All right.
And I wasn't sure if you had anything on stock or could draw anything up or maybe recommend where to look. I was thinking of maybe trying Johnstown.
I mean, Johnson would have the best maps, especially of the King's Roads, but the King's Roads are fairly well known. Johnson has a library, but it's also one of the few places with a decent lunar garrison left right now.
Yeah, we'd be going in a small disguised group, I think.
I do have.
People are willing.
I believe I could draw a decent map. I've traveled a fair bit in my youth, and I have some to copy. I could get you a map, but serviceable one that I mean, perhaps you could add to as time goes on, but something that would work.
Yeah, anything to get us started. That would be great.
Let me look through here, and he has like all these he's set up on one of the walls like these cross things that like you stack scrolls in.
Yep.
Like you just cross, you know what I'm talking about. You're a librarian, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So he's got stacks of scrolls in there.
Okay, we don't have scrolls at the West Warwick Public Library, but yes, I do know what you're talking about.
Why the fuck not?
Why the fuck not? We are writing a grant to get ancient scrolls of wisdom. The scrolls of wisdom have been severely lacking.
Truly, in West Warwick, they are truly lacking.
Christian, don't say that in front of Ashley. She'll fucking kill you. I could feel the archivist getting angry.
The West Warwick wisdom is lacking?
No, about putting ancient scrolls in the West Warwick Public Library.
Oh.
I mean, we got stuff from
Respectfully.
They just spilled a whole pint of ice cream in room, so yes, I see the trouble.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
he's got his own library of scrolls, and he kind of ruffles around through throwing them, and he pulls one out and he pops off like the end of it. It's like a wooden tube, and he pops the end off and he reaches in and he pulls a couple of sheets of paper out. One of them you see is like a very nice drawing of like a naked woman. He's like, hold on, not that one. And then he just he unrolls a map of Dragon Pass. He's like, this is very kind of falling apart a little bit, but I can copy this for you.
That would be great. I'd really appreciate it. We've been traveling a little bit this past year, and I think traveling is going to be an important part of the work ahead.
I think that is best. I'd also advise you probably to get out of Colonial lands
For a while.
So the way it works, which you'll know, is like Kanghal is the king of the Colomar. His word is pretty much effective. Like the Lunars don't care what he does within his own land, within reason.
As long as he pays his taxes and shows deference. Yeah.
But it's a jurisdiction. He has jurisdiction here. But if you go to like the Milani lands or the Keldon lands or the Sambari lands, he doesn't really have jurisdiction there. Mm-hmm. So if he's going to enter to try to get you guys, he has to like okay it
Deal
with their
with
king.
Them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Technically, you guys are supposed to like say, hey, we're here. Is that cool? Also, like even if it's just like the local chief, but yeah. So getting
find out what they need, do a favor, make a friend.
Yeah, and some of them are lunar friendly, some of them are not. Some of them are very neutral. So you could, that's
the Sambari might be a good place to start because we've done a few solids for their people, and their people are kind of getting the shit end of the stick too. So
yep.
Yeah.
Yes, and that actually to engage in commerce warfare, which is basically what you're doing. I would look at areas like the Sambari Pass, or perhaps the roads heading south from Wilmskirk to Whitewall, because a lot of traffic right now is flowing down there to support the siege of Whitewall, or flowing around the Sambari Pass, because that is where Tatius the Bright is building his damnable temple in the Dundalios lands.
Yeah, that's... thank you.
Right.
Rue's going to kind of hang out with him a little bit here if he's going to start. He's looking at the map, the old map right now and stuff, and he's like, so that's over here. Like,
the table like falls, the scroll of the naked woman like falls out and unrolls again, and it was clearly like someone he drew like years ago, and he's just like, oh, sorry, rolls it back up, kind of like.
Usually, it's kind of good. You're talented.
Oh, thank you. It's an old acquaintance. All I have left of my memories.
That's not nothing.
I suppose it isn't. The Grey Sage indeed teaches that. It's not nothing.
How long
and he's
did
actually really good at drawing, actually, as he's drawing.
Yeah. Rue's kind of enjoying watching him work a little bit. He'll sit down, have some biscuits with him.
And he's teaching you stuff, too. So he's like, I mean, I don't know how far you've traveled, but these are the Quivens. And these are the Stormwalk Mountains, and here's Sunbari Pass, of course, and over here's Dragon Pass. Now, the interesting thing about Dragon Pass is it is indeed the skull of a dragon.
We're just absorbing it all. He's sucking it.
Yeah. Yes, and it is also the only place in the Dragon Spine Mountains. Dragon Spine Mountain to be the spine of the cosmic dragon slain by Ornath. And they are very high, like pointy mountains. And of course, you know that Carol Finn is one of them, because who can't miss Carol Finn? He just points out his front window and you can see it. And he's like, but this is the only place to move a sizable force through the mountains, with the exception of going all the way north of them and through Aldichar and then down. This is really the reason why I want to take over Sartar. It has nothing to do with anything that we have in particular here, other than where we are located. Sartar, as you know, was not a warrior. He was a priest of Asaris. And he built the trade roads because he recognized that Sartar is a place where people who come and go and trade passes through it. From Prax, from the Holy Country in the south, and from the lands to the west.
The nexus, so making it too costly to traverse reduces its appeal.
Exactly. Right now, the Lunas are typically, they're concentrated here, and he's drawing like the Holy Country right now. He's like, they're trying to capture the Holy Country, and this is where Fazir Widered and the provincial army is, with the exception of the forces that are here building the temple. And for the most part, you have the benefit of being underestimated because they consider Sartar conquered. Being
Won't look a gift assumption in the mouth.
Is the greatest advantage.
Worked wonders last year.
It did indeed. I was very impressed.
Jody, how long did it take you to learn to read?
It's been so long now, I can barely remember.
It's like about 5 minutes, but I'm a genius.
Why do you ask?
I think it would be useful to know.
It's not teaching you the basics. I know you'll have to move along soon, but basics will help a little bit, and then you can pick up a little more here and there, perhaps when you come back, or from other sages. I would travel with you if I could, Rue, trust me, but these old bones are old and creaky.
No, rest, you've earned it.
He's actually Gordo's older brother, by the way. Yes.
No!
Yep.
You seem to have made a nice little space for yourself here.
Took what I could. I lost some things, unfortunately, but we all did, didn't we? And I'm no stranger to loss. He actually has he's lost a wife, sons, his brother now. He's lost a lot. Yeah.
He's at that age where it's like, wow, there's no one left.
Yep, pretty
or close
much.
to no one left, yeah.
No.
What, Jody, Morganeth, probably. So are they similar ages, or?
Jody, I would say, is probably a little older than Morganeth, because Morganeth is like, I want to say like late 40s, maybe early. I forget what I put on her sheet. She might be
Grandmother
mid-50s.
White Bark, and
yeah, she's
White
old.
Bark.
Yeah, he's not quite as old as she is, but he's older. He's old. Like where Gordo was, what did we say? Gordo was like 50s. So he's like, late 50s, early 60s, Jody. But he's, it's been a hard 60 years. He's fought and stuff and everything too. He's not like, he hasn't been a slouch.
The carpal tunnel is just
those bones.
Yeah, all that writing.
The carpal tunnel. The arthritic hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Rue is thrilled to I will learn anything you will teach me.
All right, he starts teaching you the basics of reading Hjortling. And yeah.
It's so different from everything Rue has learned in his life so far.
Yep. But yeah, we could say that mark that you can take a training. You can use that as a training, one of the training things you do this season.
All right.
Is there anything else you want to do with Jody? Or do
No, I think that's that sums it up for this part here. But like, good.
Sure.
It's a good starter map. We'll talk to the dragon about the plinths after we get it finished.
We can do that too now if you want.
Yeah. So Arissa,
He's able to get you a decent map done within the day. It's not like hard to draw Dragon Pass. So you have a decent map of northern and southern Sartar, the different tribal territories.
Apple Lane. Do we get Apple Lane on here?
Yep,
Get
absolutely. He gave you a
Ashbourne
basic
place because like Rune knows these places now, so he's like trying to get an idea of space and stuff.
He gives you also a very brief kind of primer on like what tribes get along and what tribes don't get along. So for instance, like the Kalamar right now are basically like dick riders for Temertane because Kanghal like wants to get in so much with the Lunars that he's like really sucking up and actually like almost thinks he's a Lunar. And Temertane is like distantly related to the Prince of Sartar. So he's legitimate, but he's actually a sage himself and is mainly interested in like pottery and frescoes in the Old Home Palace.
Who is Temertane?
Temertane's the Prince of Sartar. But they found someone who was like related to Sartar, and they're like, "Hey, slapped him on the throne."
He's a puppet prince, though, like Kalir and
he's basically a puppet. Yep, Kalir is
the other one, and Kalir and Leica are the ones that have a better claim, right?
Leica is related to Kanghal and is the king in exile of the Kolomar. Essentially, Leica has technically would have a better claim to the Kolomar kingship because she has the black spear, which is the sacred weapon plus the whiter. So she's got the thing. Kanghal doesn't have that, but he also has the backing of the Lunars, so that's why. But so, for instance, the Milani, who are like their northern relatives, who you're not very far from, they're one of the Johnston tribes. They're Humacht worshippers and very, very neutral. They don't really necessarily get along great with the Kalamar. They've fought with them in the past.
Is their neutrality like religious or culturally based, or
it's more along the lines of like Humacht. People Humakti tend to be very neutral to like conflicts. The talk on the street is that Kalir like went to them to try to get them to revolt, and they wouldn't. They were like, "Here's our price," and she couldn't pay it. And so they
did have a price.
They had a price.
Interesting. Okay.
Some of the other ones, so like the Sinsinia, are very. Don't necessarily like the Lunars, but they work with them because they hate the werewolves. And the Lunars are helping them stomp out the Telmori. And they absolutely hate the Telmori with a passion.
The people genociding my other people.
The Colbrea are kind of in that part of like not liking the werewolves, but they had this great if I'm remembering this correctly, if I'm wrong, someone will correct me. They had this chief Hofstaring Tree Leaper who was like all in on the rebellion. And then when they lost, he was like gone and the Lunars dragged him off to Lunar Hell. And now they have this other guy who's like kind of a weak prince that's, kind of trying to keep things like, oh, let's be friends. The Keldon obviously are Kalir's tribe. And so we're like very gung-ho and have been absolutely like stomped on because of that in the aftermath of the failed rebellion. The Sembari have had clans that have rebelled. And there are others that I can't think of off the top of my head. The Colbrea have been absolutely fucked because they had tribal lands and then the Lunars were like, get the fuck out. We're building a temple here. So they just got like displaced from their lands. So they're out there somewhere. Rumor has it like a lot of them went into Prax to join the Poljoni, who are a Praxian tribe that rides horses, but they're not really Praxian. They're more actually culturally lunar, like Sartarites, but they live on the plains with the Praxians and ride horses. Praxians don't like people necessarily that ride horses. They consider them like unsacred animals because they ride other stuff like ostriches and buffalo and dinosaurs and rhinoceroses. And so...
Okay, I am going to need you to put this in a Google Doc at some point.
I will. But just know that if you're like, we're going here, I will always be like, okay, here's what you know about it. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. People genociding my people. Where's Leica's tribe from? Is Leica Kolimar?
They are. Yeah. Leica's Keldon. She's queen of the Keldon. The Keldon are west in the valleys of the Quiven Mountains, kind of west of Voldholm, going down into Prax. East.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, east of Voldholm.
Because I'm distantly related to Leica, not Clear, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Kalir is Keldon. Leica is Colomar. Yeah, you're distantly related to Leica.
Colomar. Okay.
Yep. Leica's Colomar. Yeah.
Okay. So, that's interesting. All right. No, there's a lot of potential there in different places. So one of the tribes is on the run, basically like us.
But it's
Like
a whole tribe.
they've been displaced
Yeah.
from their lands, and they're just like
Mhm.
out there and stuff. So they make natural allies. The only problem is they're also in a position where they need help, so they're not in a position
Yep.
to extend help.
They also probably would be pretty hard to find because the plains of Prax are a big place. So,
but like Bryn is also, she's part Praxian, like so we have some
So is
connections
Descara.
to
Bryn and
Prax.
Des. Yeah.
Bryn
Yeah.
and Des, yeah, they're
Yep.
both part Praxian.
My grandmother is Praxian.
So that is definitely, I feel like we definitely need to go to Prax at some point. I just don't know if now's the time, but the Sembari also would make natural allies. I think at this point we've done a solid for some of their people and stuff, and they've been getting the shaft pretty hard. They've been treated similarly the way we've been treated by the Lunars and whatnot. So that would probably be an easy place to go and try to make friends too. Okay, lot to think about. All right. More friends to stir shit.
So you do get
At some point, we need to go to the werewolf killers and stop them.
You're gonna love when you meet some of them. Their queen, by the way, is named Ivartha the Skinner because she skins werewolves and wears wolf cloaks. Because that's what they do to the werewolves. They skin them when they kill them. And they also take heads. Like those, they're like pretty vicious in Northern Sartar. And so the werewolves have now started taking heads in retaliation. And it's always been bloody. Going back to the Maboder tribe was a tribe that lived up there. And they got
wrecked.
They fucked with the werewolves' kids and killed their cubs. So the Telmori killed the entire fucking tribe. Like top to bottom, no one's left alive.
We need to stop doing this amongst ourselves. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. That one's a later problem. Okay. Anybody else want to jump in before I go to Orissa?
The only thing I was going to add is that Orissa over the past time has been, her mini side quest is trying to work out a little, and for Orissa that means like taking longer walks and trying to boost her endurance, which is hard, but she's trying.
Like it's a beautiful place to walk through the forests here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rue would love to take her into the forest.
Yeah.
Descara, like.
And if you do walk alone, the dragon talks to you as you walk.
Little hiking.
Yeah. She'll go with her friends. She'll go with just Shavashak and just kind of yap with the dragon. Like Orissa's just trying to like not beef up, but just get a little better.
That sounds nice. We should do family walks.
We go for a walkabout. Nice. It's walkabout time. Walkabout.
That sounds nice. We have so few quiet moments.
That's going to be Orissa that's going to bring them, if anyone.
Hear the burbs.
Orissa trying to get strunk.
Hear the burbs, see the herbs.
If you want to make an herbalist roll, there are some good healing herbs that you can find out yonder.
Yeah. Hold on. What is my...
I want to too.
Da, 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 da.
Only because I have an herbalist roll now because of Orissa.
Is that plant lore? Okay. Yes.
I just dropped that book. All right.
All right. Let's give this one a shot.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, absolutely. I succeed. That's a 24 out of 53.
Fuck yeah.
You can check that off. And I'm going to tell you what you find.
Get you some nice herbs.
From my
Ooh.
arms and equipment guide.
Oh,
which really
Ooh.
is so much like this is the most misnamed RuneQuest book in the world because it says you think it's just going to be like equipment for adventuring, but there's stuff about like how to build a keep in here. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's like the going prices of barley.
It does have yawn herbs, I think. Hold on. Exotic items, saves, tattoos, slavery, tattoos, funeral rites, selling loot. Herbs and plants, page 30. Boom, 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 boom. Trying to find a good one for the Star Tar Ridges. That's not going to be it.
Yes, Jess.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I remembered that.
How you doing, Jess? How did you do on your roll?
Oh, I'm not actually making one. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. By the way, your question, yes, he does, but paradoxically, some tribes do still practice slavery. The Sembari
Gotcha.
is one of them.
Gotcha.
yeah,
But
chat
it's-
was pointing that out earlier.
Yeah,
Don't love that.
but they're not necessarily. If I remember correctly, and chat can tell me if I'm wrong. Orlanthe slavery is more like you're captured in war and enslaved for a while until your people can like buy out your ransom. If they can't, you're eventually freed because you paid off your ransom with work, or you
with
committed
work.
a crime and your sentence is like slavery, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eh.
Like indentured servitude kind of.
Correct. It's more along that
Yeah.
lines. It's certainly not like it's nothing like real world like industrialized slavery
Yeah,
of like we're just going to
capitalism,
take these
yeah.
people
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
it's like
Community. It's you must now chop wood for the community
Yeah,
for this many years
right.
because of this thing that you have done. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or like you wronged this family, now you work for them.
Boy.
Restitution.
Mm.
Do you know? I'm going to say that you find some calfanilla,
Yo.
which is a
How do you spell
herb.
that?
CALFONILLA,
Okay.
which is they're little pink flowers, and there are berries it's springtime, so there are berries on it, and you can make some pretty nice tea out of it.
Ooh.
You've heard, although you haven't met a ton of them, and Yon elves, the Aldorami, absolutely love that tea.
If we ever meet some elves, we have a little peace offering.
Yep.
Cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Orissa will absolutely take family walk time with with the three of them and the animals and the dragon should he wish to make his appearance.
The dragon is always present.
Yeah.
Say that you're there with a map and you're taking an afternoon walk now with the group if you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Get all our
Walking around.
plotting done in a secluded area, and Arissa's trying to get buff.
We take our walk, we find a little place, have a little picnic. Rue takes out the map that he's been working on with Jody and probably as well as dad and like other folks in the village who can contribute to the map in any way. And sit down, spread it out, show it to you guys, and be like, so it's kind of wild going through the plinth with Shavashak. I mean, it went from here. He points like to Apple Lane-ish area in a broad circle because the plinth was outside of Apple Lane, obviously, to here in the blink of an eye. And if there are more, we should know about them.
There are many more, says the dragon.
I was just gonna say, does Shavashak know about where they are?
Yeah, do you know where they are? Do you know all of them, or could there be hidden ones?
There were many in days past that are no longer active. But there are many in Dragon Pass that are still active, because Dragon Pass is one of the homes of my people. They are roads. I think first you must understand that they are not. It's not instantaneous. You are walking along a road, so it will not be. That was a very quick journey because we only moved 10 kilometers. Something like that, right?
So
It was a
the
pretty
traveling
yeah,
speed.
but it wasn't that felt quick because you moved very quickly for a short distance. But if we move further, it would take time, just much less than it would had you walked there without
And
the
the road
road.
itself, it's not here in Sartar. It's somewhere
Some of it is, some of it is not.
parallel.
It is a magical thing, but they're active, and you may eventually run into others using it. When you do, you must be on your best behavior.
Do you know who else uses it?
The dragon newts.
Oh, I assumed that one, but
Would the Lunars have any way to access it?
No.
Are you willing to show us other locations?
If you permit me to enter one of your minds, I will show you where they are on the map.
I
Okay.
know Rue doesn't want to.
Rue's like so
Des
nervous
will
he'll
also.
do it, but
Yeah, Arissa just says. Arissa just.
I was like
okay.
also gonna be like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, this man's listened to Arissa yap about fucking everything.
But you know, if there are other volunteers, Bryn will also happily pass.
All right, you're up, Arissa.
Sure.
You feel the rush of like power in your mind, and it's just you feel. He takes like a. Does anyone have like a fire spell, like ignite?
Arissa has light on her bracelet.
Quite the thing.
we have Smokey the Bear, so we have the opposite of fire
I
spell.
have extinguish.
Extinguish. All right. He fuck it. He had. You know what? In
Oh,
order
wait,
to
I have
practice,
lightning.
that's overkill for what I was thinking.
Too much fire.
Too much. Yeah. So, we'll make this simple.
He's like, I was
Yodi-
just gonna try the end of a stick, but
Yeah,
fuck
Yodi
that
gave
stick,
you.
it's vapor.
Yeah, fuck that whole tree. Yodi gave you some like inks and stuff to practice your writing, so you have some.
Okay.
So you feel like actually, Arissa, it just feels like someone taking your hand and moving it on the map. Like
Oh.
you're doing it, but like someone else is doing it, and he draws
You
these
become a
markings.
Ouija board.
Vessel, yeah.
Yeah, he draws these markings on the map. And what you find out is that High Worm, which is the dragon newt city that you guys know the most of, which is deep in the Quiven Mountains, very high up.
Is that the one we passed on the way to the temple?
Correct. In the past, the dragon newts used to trade with humans, with Sartar, but they have cut off contact since then. They haven't really talked to him. And in the country of Sartar, the dragon newts do not trade with humans. There is a place called Meet, Trade, Think Theater out in the wilds where they will actually talk to and trade with humans, but they'll only do it there. Like you have to go there and like deal with them. They're very particular.
Dude, what would it take to make
dragon newts.
allies of the dragon newts against?
You don't know, but there have in the past been dragon newt allies and mercenaries and stuff like that, so it's possible. But you have to kind of meet their requirements, and you know they.
And those are ambiguous at best.
They're weird people, and they're very hard to talk to because their language contains things like changing color or releasing pheromones that you wouldn't know what pheromones are. But their language contains things that you are not physically capable of doing in order to communicate with them. So. But he draws this map, which what you see is that High Worm is actually a point. And across the map is spread out this tremendous dragon newt rune, just like the one on the back of all your left hands. So all the roads are a straight line and they form a dragon newt rune. I'll get the picture to you guys over a lot of Sartar and parts of Tarsh. And deep into the northern parts of the land too, like past Aldachur, all the way up into the Troll lands. There are some dragon newt roads. Yeah.
Shit.
What does it cost you to use the roads with us?
Magic. To open and close a road costs me some of the power that I gain from being your wider at 10 magic points. About the same as it costs to use him for him to conceal things. Same thing, same cost.
Invisible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that wins wars.
It is. It is the kind of thing that led to the extermination of your kind in the past. Although I was not part of that. Because it was the Empire of Worm's friends that broke me apart.
You haven't mentioned. I know you want to find your body out of this, but you haven't asked us for anything in a long time.
I have to know where it is first, Rowan. And I
Where
do
can
not
we
know
look?
that yet. When I know, I will tell you.
How are you researching from here?
I'm not. I am as lost on this map as you are. And I do not know where the pieces are or where they could have been. I merely must have faith that in time, that which is separated will come back together. All things are cycles. And to all things there is a season.
So you think while we're
A time to kill.
traveling around doing
A
these
time
things,
for peace.
we'll stumble
A time
into
for
it.
love. I swear it's not too late.
Oh, that reference just went over my head.
It's a 60s song based on
That
a
explains it.
based on a psalm.
That explains why it just all.
Yeah. That is my hope, yes.
All right. We don't want this to be one-sided. If you want us to check anything out, just ask.
I feel comfortable doing that.
We gonna pay our debts. We don't want to end up eradicated like the Empire of Worm's friends.
It's true.
If you say that, he says, they used the gifts they were given for the wrong things. Our magic is not your magic. It is not to say more powerful, but very, very different. But we strive in having it, never to use it. Because it connects us to this world. They chose to use what they had learned the way people always do, for power, their own glory. And so they paid for it.
Don't want glory. We just want our home.
That is why I chose you.
Bryn's
The
like,
one
I
who
want
is-
a little glory.
I was thinking about other things. Don't want glory.
She's like the
Those-
eradication of the Lunar Empire. Jess is like, fine.
Power is nice.
Thank you, Shabashak. This is
Thank you.
helpful.
They can also, well, perhaps I get ahead of myself, but
Like covered in chocolate. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
I
can
see it
be-
on the cameras. I'm like, it's everywhere.
actually I
I
can't
don't
see it.
see
I
anything.
can't see it on you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just see you like licking your fingers. And I was
Frantically
like-
wiping,
I was
yeah.
like, food must have been damn good. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too, yeah.
Yeah. But Shabashak also says new plinths can also be made and enchanted
Oh.
if you find a correct place for them.
What are they made of? Just
Stone. And magic.
Like so many things,
Pretty
stone and
simple.
magic, earth and magic.
Pretty simple.
Is that something you can do now, or do you have requirements for it that are not met?
It takes a while. I wouldn't do one. I mean, there's one close here by where you are.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like, if we found if we stumbled across a place that was advantageous, would you be able to, or would we need to find ingredients?
Would, but it would take a while.
Time.
It is not a project that is lightly and taken up,
Expect as such.
which is why many of the roads that are broken are broken.
Do you think there are others like you out there
Other dragons? Most definitely.
in your state? I mean,
Oh, I hope not.
another wider somewhere.
I hope not.
Everybody's just like,
But there are many dragons. There is the black dragon, who is associated with crag spider for some reason. There is the red
there's
dragon
Dave.
and the green dragon and Dave.
And Dave, the gravy
And
dragon.
Which
Dave.
one was Dave?
Dave is the one that chased the bat away, right?
That's what you named him, but yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That
Okay.
was the
Dave.
brown dragon.
He's
Yes.
the brown
Brown
dragon.
dragon.
And I said, when Christian said he was brown, I was like, I always associate the color brown with gravy, which I associate with the name Dave.
Why?
So the drag, I don't know. It's a weird association. That's why I call my husband David. Like, I can't call him Dave because it makes me think of gravy and like brown. I'm just so that dragon is
Gravy
Dave.
husband. Gravy husband.
Gravy husband. Oh. I don't know.
Dave the gravy dragon. Yeah.
Dave the gravy.
Yeah. Just hot
Hold
gravy.
on.
Just hot
Elemental
gravy.
affinity gravy.
Yeah. And everyone's just like, oh, it tastes so good. And that's what kills them because they just like, they don't realize how hot the gravy is. Yeah.
It boils their flesh.
Poison
They're drowning in a
gravy.
river of gravy.
No, it's just hot gravy. It's not poisoned gravy.
We flood the veil with gravy instead of river water.
Oh my god.
We have made a stew.
Polymar stew. So yeah,
Delicious.
that's what he has to say.
All right. Nope. He's gonna look over the map a little bit more. Like, this is awesome. This is good. We can do things with this. Guys, where are we going?
Where are we going? I don't know what's next.
I think the choice is really up to you.
I vote for Boltholm.
Old home.
Wait, where's the wall? I vote for there.
Whitewall,
Whitewall.
Whitewall? Oh, damn.
We're not ready for Whitewall.
we, as much as I would also really want to go there, we are not ready for that.
But if we fuck with this trade route here, inserting names that you've already gone over, it will affect the supply of resources to the Lunars
So I
besieging
will tell
Whitewall.
you, and I'm going to stick the map just so you know what I'm talking about. I'll put the map in the chat here. So hold on a minute.
Always
Ba,
vote for
ba,
Whitewall.
ba, 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 ba. This is probably the best one because it has the tribes on it too. So there you go.
We're honestly also just not useful at Whitewall. We're not like a upfront army.
Well, there.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
god,
know.
what if we built a plinth in Whitewall and we could move resources in behind the siege line through the plinth?
That would be.
I don't know if that's possible
I
in
don't.
Whitewall.
You'd have to get in there. I would have
Yeah.
to say first. That would be the issue.
That would be crazy though.
Did
Is
that?
it-
Yeah. Did that go through for you? The map.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
I saw something.
Wow, this is
Yeah.
a very different map.
This is detailed as shit. Oh my god.
This has
looks
the.
like-
This has
Jody
the
and Rue's map in progress.
Ducks.
Ducks! I love it.
So,
so
where?
that is the.
Wow.
Hold on,
we're
I
so
have to
far
open it.
north.
I have to open it so I can like go along with it. Hold on a second. Maps. Try map. Okay. So photos.
Dun, dun, dun.
So anyone who's watching from home, it is the map that is in the is the tribal map from I think I'm pretty sure I got it from if I didn't find it, it didn't come in the Sartar thing. I think I got it off of Well Adaliath. But you guys are right in the Quiven Mountains by you see where Wild Mountain is and Elbard's Tower and Farview. You're like in those woods between Fairjowl and Spawn is like where you guys are spread out.
Okay.
All right. So
where is where's Whitewall?
Whitewall, if you go all the way south.
Yeah, Whitewall is south.
It has its own area, Whitewall, and you can see it. It's kind of it's right at the end of a royal road. There's Newton and Whitewall.
Newton, I see Newton.
Newton.
And I see Whitewall. It's to the north.
Yeah. So those tribes are not part of South. Yeah, those tribes are not part of Sartar. That's getting into the Holy Country and Yortland. So like Kultain, Kurtali, Solangi, they're not part of you guys. It's not that far, honestly. It's probably maybe 2 days from Wilmskirk down to Whitewall, maybe 3 tops. Now, you guys remember you were like hiding out in some woods at the beginning of the whole when we started Company of the Dragon. We like kind of did a 2-season skip, and you were hanging out.
Before we launched to the Beastlands, we were in the woods.
If you look in those woods around like Wasp's Nest, that's where you guys were.
Wasp's Nest?
Where is that?
Look where Balamar is, the name for the tribe. Right, kind of right to the left or right of that. You see like some woods there.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys were hiding out in there. That's not a bad place because you're technically outside of any tribe's territory. Katori, they're
like the very top.
They're troll people. Yeah, it's at the top of Katori land. Yeah, so the Katoris are, some of them are human, some trolls in the tribe, but they probably, they're probably more to the south of those woods.
Yeah.
You never saw any while you were in there. You did have the wasps to deal with, but that doesn't mean you can't talk to them.
I realize this very much, yes.
Where? Yeah, the wasps. They're just bees.
Dustin Gilris. It's actually the I'm pretty sure I got it off of Well Adaliath. Yeah.
And where are they building their temple?
So the temple is in
the lunar one?
The lunar temple is being built. If you see the Dundalios lands, it's being built in there.
Do we know that they're building the temple in here?
Yep, it's kind of right on those, like with the edge of those mountains right there.
Like the edge of the big storm mountains?
Yeah, the northern edge of the Stormwalk Mountains. That's where they're being built. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In the Dundalios lands. Yeah, they got kicked out of their land. Yeah.
I just found the link to the webpage that has the map on it and just posted it in chat if anyone is interested.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, it was on Well Adaliath, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep, Tribes of Sartar map, 1625 to 1626.
Yep,
so this is technically a little no, this is where we are now, right? What?
A little before.
We're a little before then, yeah.
A little before then. So if you were saying, hey, we want to fuck up what's going on in Whitewall, all sorts of caravans are going to be going south from Boldholm through the Sunbury Pass to Wilmskirk and then down that Royal Road all the way to Whitewall because they're going to need to supply them. And if you look at, there's a stretch of road between, if you look at the Balamar lands and the Kultain lands, Road End and Two Top, right? They're hills there. That's like probably 6 or 7 miles of very lonely road right there.
Didn't we? We already decided though. We voted right on what we wanted to do.
We did. Nope.
Oh, what? I voted. I just don't remember.
Everybody had an opinion, but nobody.
Oh, we haven't settled what it was.
Yeah, correct. But that's fine because it's like role playing. What you're going to do is cool anyway. So, yeah.
That's fair.
Yep. But being in that area also puts you in a position to go over the Sunbury Pass into the other part and fuck up things that are going on with the construction of the temple, which is a lot of slaves and stuff like that. that are being bought in that area to do that.
Free a bunch of
Uh,
slaves, fuck a
the-
bunch of looter shit.
Other
I
option,
feel like
They-
if we reinstalled the Dundalios into their own lands, which I have no idea how ambitious of a plan that is, that would be bad for the Lunars.
I assume that the temple though is probably very heavily guarded. I don't know how we would like do little stealth missions.
Well, the
to, like-
temple is not finished yet.
yes, but I assume that it's heavily guarded.
it
It's probably
is
a big deal.
It is extremely guarded because one
Yeah.
of the most important people in the Lunar Empire is overseeing its construction.
Yeah,
Tatius
that
the Bright is like this with the Emperor. He's a descendant of Yelm, and he is the dean of the Lunar College of War Magic. He is like a big fucking deal, and he's there overseeing this whole thing.
I like it the most. I just don't know if we have the capacity to.
It might be possible.
do it.
One thought is if we know what supply lines are going towards there, if we mess with supply lines
For the
Just-
project.
to slow it down to a point where maybe it would get us a little further towards getting there and fucking with it and freeing the slaves.
It looks like the Sambari country is like between what they're doing in Whitewall and their big temple construction project. And if we did that, we would cut a significant portion of the Lunars' forces / projects in half if we made that impassable to them somehow.
Or made it at least difficult.
Yeah, or at least you just intercepted stuff. The other option would be if you go and if you look at now, if you take it and you look at the real like extreme northern end of the map, where you get into like the Dinacoli lands and pass there into Princeros, right? You have Traders Way and Farpoint and the Donald Flats. That's the only road into Sartar that's coming from the Lunar Empire. So if you were up there on the Donald Flats rating,
We cut it all off.
We're not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with
Correct.
us.
The problem with that is, if you look at it, that's a pretty open territory without a lot of great places to hide.
It goes
B,
over water, though. The road crosses over a major body of water.
That's our specialty.
kind of unfriendly to you guys because that's
Dinacoli.
also not technically part of Sartar. And like it's kind of like a real lonely area out there. Like there's more like, monsters and such. Like not that that's a problem, but that's kind of what it is.
Hey,
The-
we're half monsters. Maybe we
Yeah.
just make some monster buds.
The river though is right on the edge.
No,
Yeah.
like
That's-
the main road though goes over the river. Like there's got to be a huge bridge there.
Oh yeah, Dangerford.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking? So
Dangerford,
Dangerford is a populous place. Several battles have been fought there.
Yeah, makes sense. It looks.
Yeah. Because that is
Important.
pretty
important.
much that is one of the that's the way into Sartar. If you come in and invade it, you go over Dangerford and you go in there.
Who's this Geo person that's all over this map?
Geo was Sartar's cook, and he created inns, and
Oh.
he has a minor cult of hospitality and innkeeping, and he has several inns throughout Sartar.
Respect.
That's
We're the
adorable.
best,
Let's
Yes.
respect. Yeah.
Now
we're the best
Geo
seafaring people
also
in Sartar.
nobody
Or
because you live
waterfaring.
in the mountains.
Yeah,
Waterfaring.
the
I mean,
ducks,
no,
the
there are
ducks.
major
The
rivers
ducks
everywhere.
would be the ducks.
The ducks.
That's another thing. Like these roads and these trade routes, they cross major bodies of water. So if we destroyed bridges and then we supplied and supported the ducks into having a superior river navy, that would suck for the Lunars. And it would give the opportunity for there to be ducks on our stream.
I don't know. I don't like the ducks. Do they have like a large? They don't have like a large boat operation. Like I know that they.
They're ducks. They can
Yeah, they're
swim.
ducks.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like, it's not like they have like large shipping river boat things.
They are known to make some decent boats.
Yeah.
The problem with the ducks is a lot of the ducks are in hiding in the swamp because they have been, and Kung Fu Fetish makes a very good point. The ducks are actually pretty tough warriors because they're one of their main cults is Humacht, because they fight the undead
We
in
get
the
a
marsh.
bunch of duck death knights and install them on vicious ships, and we rule the waterways.
Duck pirates. Yeah, but a lot of the ducks are hiding because the Lunar Empire has declared duck hunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're dicks.
So who's participating in these duck hunts? Is it Lunars or like
Nope, it's not Lunars. It's your own people.
how do we get our people to stop this? That's a great question. Hey guys, if we stop killing the ducks for dirty lunar money, maybe the ducks will help us kill lunars.
So the way it works is you kill ducks, you're excused from taxes. So if you
Shit,
deliver
that's a
bills,
pretty
they get
good
out
deal.
of having to pay taxes.
That's a pretty
And
good
it is a classic divide and conquer with the scapegoat, and the ducks are the scapegoat because they were very adamant supporters of Clear. The ducks. And I will also say that one of the tribes that participated most heavily in the duck hunts was the Kalamar, and you guys are Kalamar.
I would love to change that.
I don't know, Amber. It's a pretty good deal.
To turn that around. You know what also excuses you from taxes? Just not paying your fucking taxes. General
Hiding your
strike.
cows in the woods.
Just killing the tax collectors when they show up.
Kill the tax collector. Turn everybody into the illusion of geese.
How is who's over in Keldon?
That's Kalir's tribe.
Okay. Because that's one of the other points that
they've been wrecked. They were never a big tribe to begin with. They were just a very wealthy tribe, but they got wrecked because Kalir was one of them. They're hurting pretty bad.
I mean, it looks like we're in the Quiven Mountains. It looks like there is a path, right? The main road goes through the Quiven Mountains.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, if we help the Simbari shut down the road or something, you know?
Well, we could fuck up I think I know what Jess is saying. We could fuck up the road in the Quiven Mountains.
Yeah.
And that makes it hard for them to get to either the temple or Whitewall.
It makes it hard, but at that point, like, they're over the big river, so they can go overland. It's not like they can't go off-road.
It's just harder. That is very close to Boldholm, which is still very well guarded because that's the capital.
True.
Wait, where is Boldholm?
Right,
it's like
smack in the Quiven
Mountains.
Yeah,
it's in the Quiven Mountains. Okay.
Yeah. It's like on the one end of the one side of it, and then like High Worm is on the other.
I see High Worm, but I don't see Boldholm.
See, High Worm goes directly right, and it's the next big red doodle.
Wow, the writing on that, I'm zoomed in on it, does not look like it could be Boldholm.
Hey, come on.
But maybe it is.
Everyone wants to see you.
It is, but it's like...
Hey guys, it's cat time! Look who came to see you.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, does it? But that is Boldholm.
Yeah, it looks like raw.
Fluffy boy.
Like, I don't know what it looks like, but not
Void
Boldholm.
is here.
Okay.
So fluffy.
Say hi to everyone. Say hi to chat.
Open the eyes.
She jumped up on the desk and regretted it.
Is Boldholm is under lunar control, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's the capital.
I'm getting some bombastic side eye right now. You're such a good girl.
It's like later game stuff. I just like Meta Me knows that like we can't go fuck around in Boldholm right now. We're like level 2.
Yeah. We're not like level 2. We're not level 2. We're legendary.
We are little dudes.
We're 2 steps away from legendary. I don't know. People know our names.
You have a song about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but we have a song.
We have a song.
True.
Yeah, but I like the idea of helping the Simbari help us and therefore gaining some measure of control over this important road.
How are we helping the Simbari? What do we do for that?
I mean, we have to ask them what they need. Like, the idea is like we can sit and just raid the road from lunar caravans, but that's small potatoes. You know, that's our small company raiding individual caravans here and there. If we fortify the Simbari to actually control the road, that frees us up to continue to do other things, and then they can keep fucking with the lunars, on the road. If we can help them establish an important fort or something that makes the road like defensible.
Some big thinking here.
It's what Rue does. Big thinking.
I know. I'm like,
I don't know. Raiding like piddly individual caravans here and there feels like small potatoes. Like it's
it does.
like,
That's also what the third company was already doing.
Yeah.
Mean.
Like it does help. It does its pieces, but it's not going to win us the war. The only way we're going to win the war is by helping our neighbors help us and themselves. Like we can't do it alone with our company of 130 people.
Or killing very important people.
Yes, we can try to be assassins. Yes. But even then, once we remove important people, we need to install people on our side in the place that we've gained a foothold. We can't be tied down there. We need to have
to be sure
other people hold that ground once we uncover it,
Yeah.
Yeah. I also like the duck team. It seems I would love to get the duck navy on our side. But that seems impossible right now.
I mean, you can start small though, at least with that, and like start putting out just like word or rumors and, put out messages and stuff like that and let that spread across.
Like maybe we should start harassing
powerful
people that have
too.
duck bills. We should be like, literally, if you don't stop the next time I see this, I'm gonna bite your face off. Go animal people. Like
I'm just saying, rumors and stories are pretty powerful too. We don't have to get there necessarily to address the duck thing because that's kind of a widespread thing. So you just have to start somewhere with
It's a widespread thing, but Christian did say the ducks are mostly holed up in the swamp, so they've fallen back to their most defensible position in general.
Oh, and you think people are hunting?
Where is this duck swamp?
It's the upland marsh.
The upland marsh.
The upland marsh.
You guys
Where
went
is
right by
that?
it before. If you go to where you see Liz Melder tribe.
Yes.
So
Ducks.
keep going. We're going
Liz
left
Melder.
across the ducks. And you see this whole thing where you see something called Delecti's Ruin.
Wait.
And this whole, like all the rivers kind of flow into it and out of it. This is big ass marsh.
Oh, that's a big fucking swamp. Okay.
Yeah, that's a huge fucking swamp filled with undead because there's someone who lives in there called the Necromancer.
The Necromancer.
The Necromancer. Yeah.
Wait, are we looking at the blue thing?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So the ducks are mostly holed up, hiding out, probably in the southern part of that, but you don't know for sure.
Duck Point and Duck Ferry.
Can magic counterfeit duck bills?
Mallard Town.
Is that a thing that we could accomplish somehow? No, like think about it. It's what they're doing with rhinos right now.
I know, which is awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, like
I wonder if it duck bills?
That's a great question that I will get back to you on, but my initial thing is the way Gloranthan magic works, no.
No, okay.
Because it typically
I
doesn't
don't
create
have a
things
good grasp
like,
on it.
yeah, it typically doesn't create things more, like that.
Like conjuration style, yeah.
Not for a long period of time. You could probably make illusionary duck bills if you knew the right people, but it would be pretty evident very quickly what they were. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. I don't know. My instinct is to head to either the Sambari lands and see what we can do there, or the ducks. Honestly, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I like the idea of scouting out and checking out what the project is like, what the Lunar Temple is, and how they're doing that stuff.
This guy, who's very important and is tight with the prince.
Tatius the Bright. He's tight with the Emperor.
The Emperor, yeah.
Of the Lunar. He's related to him and also to the god Yelm. So, yeah, he's kind of a big deal.
So here's the thing about this guy. If we could take him, if we killed him, that would probably be extremely bad. The Emperor would probably be like, and 40 legions just going to fuck your shit up,
Yeah, right.
But if we captured him...
Jariel would show up and probably, fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if we captured him... This is a guy who's probably more valuable as a hostage than dead.
He's an incredibly powerful sorcerer.
Mm,
That
mm.
would be common knowledge. He's the head of their sorcerers.
Huh. Yeah, that.
Mm.
Kind of not on our level right now.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what we could do to the site.
Mm.
I think the probably the best thing for us to do would be to fuck up trade routes. Because it will get us supplies and stop supplies going to the lunar army.
The Lochem and the Balmer, are they tribes of Sartar?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
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 Off the top of my head, the Balam, that whole area of their like valley is like very fertile. Like all the good farming and stuff is there. There's a lot of farming for food in that area. Wilmskirk is also a artisans city, so there's a lot of like crafts that are done there, like pottery and so on and so forth. The Locame are primarily famous for the Three Emerald Temple, which is in the middle of that area, which is the most powerful Earth temple in Sartar.
Mm.
Shit, cool.
So there's our big magic.
Like super powerful Earth temple.
And the Locame and the Balmer, how are their relationships with the Lunar Empire right now? Are they like,
would
are
say
they
that they
bootlicking
are-
or are they?
They are playing the game.
Okay. Yeah, I think we should head to Sambari Lands and see what we can do there. We've got the big trade route. We can raid along the way and stuff. And if we can make some strong alliances with Sambari leadership and find significant ways to help them reestablish more control over their country, if we can make them into a strong ally, then like we've got these other two playing the game tribes pinched between Kolyamar lands and Sambari lands. That sort of creates like a border. And then maybe it'll be a little easier to get more help out of those two. Like we win the war by uniting the tribes of Sartar against the Lunars. That's the only way we win, right? So
Pretty
we got to
much.
start somewhere. And I feel like Sambari is one of the better places to start.
Yeah, like we gotta gather our allies from people who already hate the Lunars and then work on the people who like the Lunars to hate them.
And the
And
Sambari,
there are a lot of people who don't necessarily like Lunars, like Chris said, they're playing the game. So if we look like we're making significant help tilting
Yes.
it toward our side,
like-
they will throw in if they think they can win, you know?
Yeah, like that's why it's just like get the people who don't like them, work on the people who are just like they're better than dying.
Yeah, like
And
the
then-
Kolyamar are in all but open rebellion right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to kill Kangharl eventually.
Yeah.
We could always try to kill Kangharl. We've done it once.
we've done it once. We can do it again.
Like that's another thing we can do. Like the Kolyamar lands are not settled yet, you know, like if we kill Kangharl and we actually establish Kalir or Kalir?
Yep.
Kalir.
Leka.
Leka.
Yep.
We actually reestablish Leka as the Prince of Sartar.
King of the Kolamar.
King of the Kolyamar, yeah. The King of the Kolyamar.
I know this is weird,
much.
but yeah.
That's not nothing, you know,
Yeah.
like that's something that will also turn heads, you know?
Yeah.
But
we do need to build up our support before we move on to
come
something
back and
big.
do that shit.
Yeah.
And we have the Third Wind and stuff still working on their Shadow War here and the Kolyamar lands and stuff. And it's not super far to the Sambari lands. Yeah, like I'm good with going to Sambari lands and seeing how we can fuck up trade, help the Sambari, and hopefully find an opportunity to give them some significant wins that they need to put up a stronger resistance against the Lunars themselves. Like,
Yeah, I'm definitely down.
So the Sambari, the last one, they had the Firebolt clan, of which Ordrin was one.
Yep.
They rose in open revolt and were just like absolutely squashed by the Lunars. Not even by like their own tribe, like the way Kangharl was coming to get you guys with his own guys, but by the Lunar Provincial Army. Those people aren't around anymore as much because they're typically down south or in Whitewall. There's still some around, but so there is that kind of sting. But that could go both ways with the Sabari. They could be like, hey, listen, we tried this and we got really fucked up. We don't want to do it again. Or they could be like,
Mhm.
fuck those guys. We want to get back at them if we can.
Yeah,
You
it's
just have to find the
fresh.
right people. But I mean,
Yeah.
you start by going down there and starting to talk
Seeing.
to people and doing things. Yeah.
Seeing what we can do. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's do that. But let's also keep our ear to the ground about what's going on in the Kolyamar lands, because leaving here, we can't allow King Harl and his people to make headway. If they start grabbing ground that we've won, that's not good. So.
Yep.
I really want to kill him again. We've done it twice.
I wouldn't
done it
mind
once, we'll do it
eradicating
Just
him.
once.
Yeah.
Done it once.
Yeah, we've done it
Done
once,
it
we can do
once.
it again.
All right.
We could take that red bitch's other arm too.
Yeah.
Just keep growing them back.
Just cute little baby. Huh?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Kind of planning. Some time does go by.
Yeah, we should include Ordrin in on these talks, obviously.
Yes, he says
And
that
his people that are with us.
he says that there was at some point a king that was very pro rebellion, but he
Mhm.
stepped down after Kalir's rebellion. He still lives in the Sambari lands. He wasn't exiled or anything. He's still there, but there's like a new king right now that is a Sambari king that is not necessarily friendly to the Lunars, but he's someone who plays the game.
Mm.
Mhm.
The other guy was an adamant not game player. He was very, very pro
Why did he step
Kalir.
down?
because he was supported the rebellion and lost.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, so he stepped down.
Does he know
after
anything
the
about the
loss.
relationship of the former king and the current king? Could we get them to work together?
They're not on speaking terms.
They're not on speaking
Yeah.
terms.
No.
Okay. That's interesting. Because, like, I don't want to say straight up uninstall the current king and reinstall the old one, because we do need someone who can play the game enough for now until the time is right. But we need someone who definitely is loyal at the end of the day to the cause, you know? So, okay. Interesting.
But I
let's
mean-
go meet them.
Yeah.
The other thing that eventually I will say reaches your ears just from as people begin to travel around again a little bit here and there as spring the roads are opening up is that Kang Harl has most started to rebuild his group of soldiers because you killed all of his stains. So he's beginning to rebuild them, and he's got his kinsman, who is Darstan Blackoak, out leading some of those guys looking for you guys. Because he knows you hit the slave plantation, and he knows you're right in Apple Lane, and they're looking
Yep.
for you.
How would it play if a Kolyamar like war force entered Sambari lands?
So they have to be like, we're here. This is what we're doing. Do we have your permission? They have to go through a whole thing or risk open war.
Okay.
The Black Oaks were the ones who were chasing Gringle.
Yes, Darstan Blackoak is their leader, but yeah, yep. Called the Black
so
Oak Brotherhood.
we were close. We teleported, but they were pretty close to us.
Yep,
for
they
where we were
they
before.
almost had you.
They were the ones who
one
chose
time
us.
before. They were chasing
Okay.
you. Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No, but I kind of like that they're chasing us. Yes. Keep your eyes over here. All right.
Now that we have a plan in place, I think this might be a good time for our mid-roll break.
Yeah,
Little
I think that's
5-minute
good.
woojamoodle.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
Kristen's
gonna-
like, I need to think of this because you guys didn't let me know what you were doing. The map
No,
helps figure out what we're
I'm
doing.
prepared. This is fine. I'm good to go. I do have to pee though,
Alright.
and I'm going to answer
I
some
also
questions I saw that people
do.
have. So I'll be
Yeah.
right back. Yeah.
Me too.
Yes. Keep over here.
All right, I'll hang out until people come back, so
In-
it's not just Amber
In
by
parts,
herself.
I'm a little bit sad that, this would be a great campaign for me to play one of my terrifying women instead of my terrified men. Things would be
Yeah.
going very differently if I were playing one of my like Selena characters, who's all about, we'll break into the palace while he sleeps and we'll saw his head off,
Yeah,
and then we'll
yeah.
put it on a spike for everyone to see. And
Yeah,
then
I
they can
know.
come at us and try to rebel, but I will kill them each individually in horrible ways. And if they want to stop dying, they'll have to step the fuck off. Just all personal might and swagger. Like,
Good
I
night
will
to
be
our
world famous for my war crimes. Like,
good night to our late night friends. Kung Fu Fenris fucking 2:40 a.m. for him. Go to bed.
hey.
John Malcolm 11:40 in Scotland, bro. Bless y'all.
That ain't that bad. You got this.
I'm weak. Listen.
It's up till 4 yesterday.
Nah, I'm a baby. I
power.
can't do that shit anymore. I get to 2 a.m. and I'm dead.
Dead.
I'm dead. Yeah. Or Arissa in this part of the campaign, I'm just like, there's so much fight. What do? What do?
You know, I was like, ah, man, we've got like a white lady on our team, which is worth it in the end because we're almost immune to death as long as you're with us. But if we didn't have a white lady, I'd be like, how about we explore biological warfare just a little bit? Like, what if we get some
Yeah.
plague corpses and
Yeah. But alas, you have the
yeah,
more
we've
the
got the
ultimate
white
moral
lady, so I can't go
compass.
that way.
All right, I'll trade off. It's time for my rest or break. Also, Doc, whatever your question was about Telmori, post it back in chat again. I want to make sure you get your question answered.
Oh, I saw
by Christian.
something about he was asking about like their immunity, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just telling people about how I have two distinct types of characters that I play: the terrifying women and the terrified men, and Rue is more toward the terrified man sort. But if I were playing an alternate version in this game where I was playing a terrifying woman character, this would be going very differently. I'd be like, let us explore biological warfare. Let's get some plague corpses. And I'd be like, let us break into their, you know what? I'll go over, I'll seduce him. And when we go to bed that night, I'll saw his head off while he sleeps. and then I'll post it up high for all to see. And then if they come for me, I will cut their heads off too.
You're way to becoming terrifying man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone
We'll
who
see.
drowns 250
Rue doesn't
people.
relish the power of fear the way that my women would.
So
You know, they relish it, and that
250
makes them
people
ever so
is
slightly
pretty
scarier.
terrifying. Just saying.
It's more terrifying if you enjoy it.
That's true. But he still came up with that plan. That was in him. He did a Michael Corleone and came up with that thing. And that in and of itself is like, ooh, this guy.
Yeah. He is capable of war crimes. He just
Yes.
doesn't like it. My ladies would be like, I will be world famous for my war crimes. In fact, when I die and reach the gates of Orlanth, I want my reputation for war crimes to be the thing that precedes me.
Orlanth is like, this one fucked up even more than I did.
This is the one that unleashed that horrible disease that killed all of those babies inside of all of those women.
All right, so what
That's,
was
like,
Doc's
war crimes?
That was Doc's question. Hold on a minute. Doc, I know you had a question about the werewolves. So what I think it was when did they have their immunity? So the immunity from the werewolves is when they're in wolf form. It works in a couple ways in game form.
Or when they have their or when they put on
Yeah,
beast hide in like kind of a hybrid form.
So it is a rune spell they can cast to assume that form and have that protection from bronze weapons. Or every Friday when they wolf out, they gain that. That is the gift. The gift or curse from Gabaji isn't actually turning into a werewolf. There were already wolves that turned into werewolves. It's the fact that it's the protection from the bronze weapons, and the curse from Talor the Laughing Warrior is losing control over it once a week. Yeah, so
being a slave to the moon.
Correct.
Moon.
Because he was like, "Oh, you want to surf her? Here you go, losers," and just stuck you with that. Yep.
Where are the tribes that are genociding my other people right now on this map while I'm looking at it?
So if you look north of the Quiven Mountains, right, you have Milani, Sinsinia, and Colbrea.
Yep.
Those are the Johnston Confederation tribes, all right? Because Johnston's right in there. The Sinsinia particularly are the wolf skinners. The Colbrea, to a lesser extent, hate the wolves and fight them. But it's mainly those two. Torcani a little bit, but they're not technically a Sartar tribe, the Torcani and the Bashad. They're more of a Farpoint tribe. which
Is Wolf's Land where a bunch of werewolves are?
So you see Telmori Land and Wolf's Land. Wolf's Land is taken over from the Telmori by the lunar commander Jomez Wolf.
Wow.
His name that's a nickname he got. He has another name, but he got that name for fighting the wolves. Because I know it's very on the news.
Guy.
Yeah. And the Sinsinia
Like
helped
German's
him.
chocolate cake.
Correct. The Sinsinia helped him make that happen because they hate the wolves so much. Yeah.
Got a name not actually related to.
Where was the Maboder land?
Sinsinia absorbed it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think the Colbrea also took part of it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to keep my eye on that.
I fully expect you to go there eventually because you have to.
I got a bone to pick with this. Yes, Black Eye is somewhere up there, right?
Yep. Black Eye is indeed in the Wolf's Lands.
All right.
Night, Doc. Yeah.
I will be fucking shit up at some point.
Sure.
Pet your sister's dogs for me. Tell them I said hello. They don't know me, but, it's dogs, so they won't care. As long as you say it in the happy voice.
Tell your dogs I love them.
God, my mom has a dog that's a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. And because of some meds he was on recently, he's gained a lot of weight. So this motherfucker is a fat sausage.
He's a sausage, yeah.
He's just straight up at his neck almost gone. Like he's a sausage roll. And she had a sweater on him on Thanksgiving that said, it was like a checkbox. It said, naughty, nice, I tried. And the check boxes are Velcro, so you can move the little check piece in between. She had it on I tried the entire time.
Poor little guy.
No, not poor little. He's been through a lot over the past couple months.
Poor chugnormous guy.
All dogs are little guys, regardless of their size.
He is a little guy.
Chunky.
I'll see if I can find any good photos.
Did you guys see the bulldog from the dog show? And it became the meme where it's like when you're chunky but you're athletic as fuck, because they had like an obstacle course this year for the dog show, and there's this like chunky ass bulldog who's just like, and the lady's like, all right, let's go, and he's just like, boom, and he's like perfect through this thing, yeah. And the meme was like, when you're chunky but you're still athletic as fuck, it's hysterical. Yeah.
That's so
hilarious.
good.
No, I haven't. That sounds awesome.
I'll find it and I'll send it to you guys.
This is my last brain zoop, but I need to tell you guys about this because that just reminded me. Have you guys heard about the woke games list?
No, but hopefully we're on it.
No. So it's a group of conservatives who have created a list of all of the games on Steam that they consider to have woke content.
Lame.
And then a description of what the woke content is.
Interesting.
One of the games.
I think Rainey did share a portion of the list before.
It's
I think
possible.
you might have too.
It's because it's hilarious. Because one of them that just reminded you of this is for the video game Dave the Diver. And part of the wokeness of it, there were two parts to it. One, it was that the protagonist, Dave the Diver, is a fat man who swims very well. And that's woke. And two, the sushi chef is black.
Oh, how is that? How is that? You like what?
I don't know, but it's hilarious.
I am a fat man and I swim very well.
It's
like, of course you didn't swim well. Like,
yeah, and also like
I'm sorry.
I am a
doesn't
slim
matter.
woman and I will drown in 3 feet of water.
It doesn't
But
matter. It's just like.
My friend sent me a picture of the exact screenshot. I'm shouting it.
Yeah, I'm sad
Max
that Steam games, because like I want to be on this list. I want the opportunity to email someone and be like very offended that I'm not.
I will tell you that there is someone. There is someone who I won't name that is a YouTuber who is like a.
Hello, ma'am?
I wouldn't even call him conservative. He's just like an angry old man who's a YouTuber who like rants about role playing game stuff and how woke it is. And I did watch him once because he's hysterical because he had this like, these are the games you should avoid because they're woke. And it was like in companies, and it was like Chaosium, Free League, like, and I was like, oh, we
It's
played
like
that game.
every
Oh, we
RPG
played that
company
game.
ever.
Oh, we played that game.
Yeah.
Oh, cool, we played. I was like, I was very proud of us because we had played
It's like
like
our
every single
playlist right
game.
there.
Yeah, it was like our playlist. Yep.
You know,
So
thank you for the
here's-
work that you do. We've got a lot of great content from your list that we can play.
Thank you. We know what direction to go to next. Yeah.
Here is the description from the Dave the Diver entry, word for word from this list. Contains overtly pro DEI messaging. The player character is a fat
Oh,
guy
good
who
Lord.
can somehow deep dive and swim long distances without trouble. The sushi chef is black. That's it.
The sushi chef
The
is black.
existence
Period.
of a black man.
Like, so this is
Was
Max
woke.
that sent this to me, Maximum Nothing, and we were trying to figure out, are they having trouble with the fact that there's a black man in their game, or are they saying black men can't cook
Can't make sushi.
Yeah.
It's
So we were trying to,
definitely the first one.
yeah, but there was like, it doesn't
could be anything, right?
specify.
Black man
No.
owns canoe. Woke.
Right.
But anyway,
Like,
if you ever want a good laugh, take a look at the list. Anyway, now back to your regularly scheduled RuneQuest. Right, Winnie? What are you doing?
So I have to clarify
The math.
something I put
The
in.
math
in
ain't mathing.
Math. Winnie is just trying to. I don't know what she's doing, but she's.
I put that the guy didn't play good OSR games. He played. It wasn't clear enough that I was saying. I was not implying that Lamentations of the Flame Princess is a good OSR game, because it is not, is a hot steaming pile of dog shit. So there, I said it. Come at me, Flame Bros.
It
I
is
don't
not
care.
a good OSR game.
Did you
Yeah.
say
It's a bad
flame
OSR game.
bows?
I said it's a
Lamentations
I
of the
said it's
Flame
a
Princess.
is Lamentations. Yeah, Flame Bros. Come at me, Flame Bros. They love.
Yeah,
There are
okay,
people who
that's
love
fine.
that game.
At me,
It
Flame
sucks.
Bros.
The game sucks so bad. But anyway.
Oh, she wants
Um,
my dice. You little shit. No, that's illegal. Do you know this?
So fluffy.
Yeah, a good laugh would be had by Musk buying Hasbro and fucking it up as much as he fucked up Twitter. Honestly, I would not mind that.
Making it unplayable.
I saw this really funny meme of that. It was like, it was just a headline like Elon Musk is looking at buying Hasbro to get the exclusive rights to D&D. And then it was like, rule number 1, when Sir Musk is playing, only he gets to use the extra special D&D die. And it was Elon Musk with the D20, but every die was a 20, everything was a 20. And he was just like, and his group was like, bro, seriously, you put that in the rule?
Look, the ghost is hunting behind me.
Oh God.
No,
I
you don't
hate
need.
it.
You don't need my dice. Go see Dad.
What is that?
It's just her flickering.
bulb
Her
in my
light bulb was
hallway.
flickering. She's making a
Oh.
phasmophobia reference.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
It,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Hunting.
in
Yeah.
Phas, when the ghost hunts, your flashlight flickers.
It's terrifying.
Oh
I
my
hate it.
God, Doc Void just sent me photos of the dogs.
Cute.
They're so cute. I'll send them to
Alright.
the group chat in a minute.
Yes, please.
Anyway,
All right. Elon Musk has skin exactly 1 molecule thick. I love just dunking on Musk, but we need to start playing again.
That could be
We'll
a bonus
just-
stream where we just dunk
just
on people
dunk on
for like an
billionaires.
hour.
Yes.
please.
I also have a hallway where a light flickers, Amber.
Oh,
And it
God.
is inexplicably so, because it's like the light bulb do and it shouldn't be doing it. But
Theirs is new too. Yeah.
Oh, look, it stopped.
Yeah, at that point, it's just the wiring then.
yeah.
Oh God.
Doggos.
Yeah, I just needed to make sure y'all saw them because they're really cute.
All right. Okay.
So,
So yeah.
We are heading
What are you going to do?
to this. We're heading, I guess, to this.
Pack up the company.
right?
Okay.
When the weather's good and roll on out toward the Simbari lands looking for opportunities to raid lunars along the way.
So the easiest way to get to the lunar lands without being seen is to literally like go south of Spawn and Kjarchan's Lake into the Balamar lands and like stick to the hills there. You see where the lizard kicks in is? That was like right
Mhm.
outside of your old Vale. You actually would like be fairly familiar with that place. You've been there before. It's an inn.
Alright.
So you could hit that place. Wouldn't even take you like half a day to get where you are to there. And then then you're in Sambari lands, basically a little bit over the border. You can get in there, get past the Hill Pear, which has Hill Pear, by the way, is known for its excellent pear wine, Amber. Just
I
like
love pear cider.
just like our awesome village in Medieval Dynasty.
Delicious. All right. All right. Yeah, we'll get the company packed up and on the road.
Is the plan to stop at the Lizard Inn, or you want to go past there into just like past it into the?
Like to stop at the inn. I think there might be news or a chance to spread rumors or something there.
So you pack up.
Like, I'd like to stop there. I can spread rumors with my
Rumor spreading
11
ability.
charisma.
Oh yeah, that'll do. That is exactly what you
11
need.
charisma.
Yeah, 11. I have an 11. Yeah. So you head out. You hop over Kjarchen's, the little streams living in the Kjarchen's Lake. There are many goodbyes from people, but you head south, and that area, that little valley, is kind of like, I won't say it's not. It's kind of like a lot of like little marshy areas around there. There's a lot of moose and stuff in this area, so you do see a few moose, like sans antlers, because it's spring time here. But you do see a couple moose as you march through like these fields and forests, and you're eventually in the hills that are pretty familiar with you guys because they were just south of your vale.
Man, if we didn't have very important business, if this was just a regular day, I would definitely want to try and ride a moose.
Just jump really high and land on its back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just jump down from a tree.
And within, like I said, if you set out in the morning and it's like a little bit of a misty morning with a little bit of a spritzy rain because it's still spring, by mid-morning it starts to clear up and it's just a partly cloudy day with a little bit of a breeze, a little bit cold, so you still have to keep your cloaks on. But you see the lizard kicks in coming up, and it's just there are only like dirt herder paths that go towards it. It's kind of out on its own. But what it really
And
is
then
is just
100 of us just roll on up to this inn.
yeah, 100 armed men just walk up to it, armed men and women. But it is
That's probably not what we do. We probably camp out in the trees there, and then some of us go to the lizard kicks in.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
It would be. You've come to know and realize by talking to some longer term rebels that the inns are where it's at for the rebels
Mhm.
Yeah.
because they do not let the like they keep the lunars the fuck out,
Right.
and it is a great way to kind of like
They don't pour
network,
drinks for no
spread
Nazis.
rumors, leave information for other people who might come by and stuff like that. So it's a like a walled compound, really, caravanserai, pretty big set of buildings. The walls aren't huge; they're just kind of like a stockade, wooden stockade, but there's pretty big barns and pretty big inn facility that can keep. Honestly, could probably keep all you guys if you just kind of slept on the floor. It could probably keep everyone within the walls for the
100,
night.
Yeah.
Damn. Everybody cuddle puddle.
Yep.
Mhm.
The scar
Keep
is all you
Arissa
need to get a
warm.
room.
Keep Arissa warm.
And you also know that it is the leader of the family that runs it is her name is Darasra, and she's a widow.
How did her husband die? Her partner.
Older, and she's pretty jolly. Just old age.
I wanted to know if they were
That's
murdered
how-
by lunars. Yeah, I was
No.
like, do we have
Oh,
an inn?
okay. I was
Not
like, that's how
everywhere.
her partner died. She's pretty jolly.
Not
They were
everywhere.
just like, they were a Grinch, and she was pretty jolly, and they were just like, I can't. And they just like died.
No, he just died of old age, we'll say, or
Mm,
illness.
okay.
An illness.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
They have pigs and sheep. So you do pass some like sheep and stuff as you get closer. You see
Bad
some flocks
riddle.
of sheep wandering around, and a little shepherd kid who's like
Just looking at him.
kind of like stops and sees all these people like marching in. He's like, "Oh, oh." And he starts to run back to the inn.
Oh God. Warm reception. We're friendly.
You
I
Talk
just-
to him. You can talk to him.
Yeah.
He's just a
Hey,
little
we're
kid. He's like,
friendly.
Speak
oh,
for yourself.
you're
I
not
think Arissa
raiding?
has candy.
Why are so many people keep coming? Get raiding.
Oh, we're raiding, but not you guys.
Oh, okay. Are
We
you?
only raid the bad guys.
Oh, okay. I need to let the Rastra know. Are you all coming? Or
Yeah, if her establishment can accommodate, I'm sure most of us would like a hot meal and maybe a roof if there's one to spare for the night.
I'll let her know. He runs off.
Cute
Leaves
little
the sheep.
shepherd boy.
Yeah, cute kid.
Maria's just gonna smile at Bryn.
Got a soft spot for the shepherd people.
Hmm.
You can't
Watch
have
the flock
shepherd
a little
children.
bit.
Yeah, because your kids would wind up eating your sheep.
Hmm.
Hypothetically.
We just have to shepherd something that's not so eatable, like crocodiles or something.
Wolves.
But crocodiles just taste like chicken.
They do. Dark meat chicken. Very chewy, dark meat chicken. Hey, Mark Songs, welcome. So yeah, you head in and you see over the gate to the inn is looks like a crocodile skull, as a matter of fact.
Hey.
Oh shit! Speaking of,
Speaking of, and once you enter through, you see some of Darastra's sons come out, and they're like middle-aged guys. They have their own families, but they are, these people because again, you've passed through this place. Brortar and Saladin are the two sons.
Rortar and Saladin.
Yep.
Probably been a few years. We were probably still kids when we saw them last, honestly.
Right. And you
Still
know that
children.
the skulls that are kind of decorating the area, decorating the inn, there's one over the entranceway and there's one over the door to the inn, and there are a couple inside. They're from these things called rock lizards that are kind of like
Terrestrial crocodiles.
correct. And you know that Darastra's husband had tried at one point to domesticate them, and it did not go well.
Yeah, we could herd those.
Yeah. It did not go well.
Thinking very far ahead, dear.
That's
But
me.
you get everyone in,
Planning
and
for the future.
everybody's kind of in the courtyard, and they're like, right, gonna need some food. We've got some stew, but probably not enough for everyone, so we'll get to making more.
We're happy to lend a hand.
Yeah, we're happy to help with that.
I would love to help, says Afar, and like scurries off to help them.
Afar's like, yes, a kitchen.
Yep.
We'll see if we can scrounge
Gonna
up some more meat.
Gonna
too.
work her kitchen witchery.
And Darastra comes out, kind of like wiping her hands on a rag. She was back in the kitchen, and she was like, "Right, this of you, but I see some familiar faces. Good to see you back so close to home, but a little worried. What can I do
We
for
won't
you?"
be staying long. Don't worry.
You are. She's my son. Oh, Liv, how are you? Right, ruin.
Either one
Right.
is fine.
Right, well, good to see you again. Last time I saw you, you were just, yeah,
Smaller.
right. You've grown and made some friends. Looks at the wolf.
This is my sister, Quicksilver.
Right. Well, welcome to you. She sort of sniffs her hand. And
Aw.
right. Well, come on in. I have some pear wine from Till Pear. If you want it, I can pop some open and we'll talk, catch up.
Thank you. Pear wine. Pear
Yeah.
wine.
She pours it in little wooden bowls, and kind of everybody gets a wine bowl if they drink.
Yeah, I'll take a bowl.
I want pear
All right.
wine.
Marissa
And,
actually
Incredible.
drinks wine. That's her
Yes.
only drink that she can stomach.
What
Just
can I
offer a sip to Sil. She's like,
Just like slurp, 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 slurp. Well, I was so awful powerful sorry to hear what happened to you. But I was glad to hear what you did.
we're making the best of the costly advantage we won.
Yeah, it's hard. Can't believe it's almost a year now.
Well,
Rather see
Okay.
the veil underwater than in lunar hands.
it's not underwater anymore. It's peaceful now, though.
saplings coming up, probably.
I don't go often, but my boys have been up just to see, and there were some family members of the dead Thanes for a while going up there and whatnot, but not many people come and go anymore.
Hear any wolves?
I don't know.
Drink more beer wine.
So I can't imagine you're all here just to socialize.
We're just passing through, hoping to get some news and
Any travelers from Sambari lands recently passing
Yes,
through?
a few passing through. Mostly I get hunters and whatnot. We're kind of a little off the beaten trail up here. But few traders coming for our pelts. We do a little bit of trapping. Sambari are not too happy to be so close to that temple they're building, but not much we can do about it, I guess.
Not yet.
Hey, we'll see. We tried a few times and failed.
Well, we haven't given it a shot yet.
This is the confidence of the young.
At least bravado. Any
We'll see.
any word on how is the king new, or is he the new king as in he was installed like a decade ago sort of thing?
Your lifetime. Yeah. Tamertane has been king within your lifetime. Yeah.
Okay. The Sambari king. Is that Tamertane?
Oh, yeah. He's been there. Yes. Hold on a second. I will tell you what his name
Yeah,
is.
like is he? If I say the new king, are they gonna be like, oh, he's been king for 8 years, so not really new? Yeah.
I mean, that's still relatively newish.
Hold on. I have to write it down. You're going to love this name, Amber. And it is not a name that I came up with. The king's name is Rogan Varth. Joe Rogan Varth. Loud laugh.
No. Now
His
we
name
have
is-
to reinstall the old one.
His name is Rogan Varth. Loud laugh. And
Loud laugh.
he is he's been the king since the end of Kalir's rebellion, Starbrow's rebellion. So that is like 7 or 8 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
The travelers bring any word of how Roganbarth has been faring?
Hold on a minute.
Rogan Varth, loud laugh.
Rogan?
Christian,
Yes, I had to answer that one. I'm sorry.
I was
I know I saw you were.
Christian!
I was there.
I know you were. I trust you. I just had to say, when someone is new to Glorantha, I need to welcome them. Welcome them, Mark, with
It's
open arms.
actually on sale at Chaos Eve's website for $20 right now.
When I say it, the thing I'm pretty sure weighs 5 or 6 pounds. It does. It's amazing.
2.5 according to Chaos Eve's website.
Feels like more. It feels like more. So yeah, Rogan
The weight
Varth.
of all that lore.
Rogan Varth is he's Rogan Varth. Not my king. That he isn't. She's a Balamar.
Oh, what about Balmar? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, is she racist? No, okay.
Hmm.
So we're heading to Sambari lands, and we're looking for friends.
Right.
Heard anything that might be a good place to start?
Yeah. The new book. Hold on a sec. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me.
Yeah, Discar is right here. There's always a bear with you.
Bear with me. Hey.
Someone, it's an obligation for someone.
Hey.
If you're looking for friends for trouble, there'll be
Those are the
no
best friends.
better friend than Vomistal, Grayskin.
Somebody with more pencils than me. Write it down.
He's
What, you haven't stolen one of mine already?
Armistal Grayskin.
Hmm.
Where's he holed up?
He has his own home in the woods somewhere. I believe it was not too far from Karaman. If you ask about the Broadview Inn, you might be able to find him. He was didn't like to be too far from Roundstone. He was the old chief, don't you know? Mom style.
Hmm.
But Vomistal, he's a strange one, has all these visions and such. He's been going on recently about, rebellion and whatnot, and bad things that are coming. Some people still listen to him. Some people have gotten used to him.
Oh, that's had some visions about rebellion and things. Looks at each other based upon the end of sacred time visions. Sounds like someone I'd very much like to meet.
I believe he has his own, I wouldn't call it a compound, but he's got a home somewhere out around Karaman, like I said. Again, ask at the Roundstone Inn and they'll let you know. Just awful close to Boldholm there, so I'd be careful. They're just like most other inns. They don't like dealing with the Lunars, but I'd still
Stop
be
by in
careful.
smaller numbers, I think.
Yeah. At least it's plenty wooded over there.
Love me some trees. Okay. Let's invite Ordrin over to our table to chat too. Let's include Ordrin in on this.
I just assume Ordrin's here.
Yeah,
the whole
Ordrin
time.
is in
All
on
things Sambari.
business for
Yeah.
now.
You say that you just had him. He's just kind of
Yeah, we're here
there.
having a meal, talking with the proprietor.
Ordrin, in my mind, if you've ever seen the movie Unforgiven, Ordrin looks like the guy who's the gunfighter with like who needed glasses, like the young guy. That's who Ordrin looks like to me. But anyway, nobody
not
probably
seen
gets that reference, but it's older viewers might have seen that movie. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, you should. It's a really good movie. Even if you don't like Westerns, it's a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, Ordrin, you heard of Grayskin?
Oh, absolutely. He was our old chief.
What?
He was
Their
the
old chief. Okay.
He was the chief of the Sambari. He supported Kalir, but he fell out of favor after the rebellion. He lost a good many warriors. He was a good man, though. Always supported us. Even the Firebull, when we rebelled, he gave us spears and such out of his own pocket. But, well, that didn't go so well.
Did you meet him personally?
Only once. I didn't really get to talk to him. I had just taken my oath of manhood when the rebellion happened, and I was but 14 winters. So he didn't pay much attention to me.
Probably pay a little more attention now.
Perhaps.
We hope. Seems like he probably kept his ear to the ground during retirement. All right. Good a place to start as any. I don't know if anybody else has questions.
Mostly because I was busy concentrating on chat, so I wasn't entirely paying attention.
Yeah, not too many questions. Not about Sambari, just I guess in general of just any news that has passed through here.
In general, trade and supply caravans are heading south, meaning to supply Whitewall. Everybody's pretty much on edge with Whitewall. People are kind of like holding out for Whitewall to stand, but there's a lot of hope that it's going to. Them driving off the Crimson Bat was like everyone's amazed that they were able to accomplish that.
And I thought
So there is kind of like a glimmer of hope, and also Whitewall is one of the most sacred Orlanthe like temple cities. So people are kind of like, I mean, listen, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be them. But if they don't, we're really fucked.
Yeah, from what I
Yeah.
remember, they drove off the bat and then winter had come, so people kind of just like held up, right? And then like hold in, and then now that it's spring, things are kind of starting to move again.
Correct. Yeah, correct. I mean, it was a siege, so everyone just camped out for the winter.
Yeah,
They were
right,
in the
right,
city.
right.
The Lunars are just camped out around it. But now that the winter has lifted, they need supplies and food and stuff again. I mean, they were probably
Right.
supporting themselves with local stuff, but they still need, stuff to
Right.
run a siege.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Literally getting a magic teleporting plinth in there would be amazing, guys.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
can
think of,
move so many supplies through this bitch.
you can move so many supplies. You can also move like entire armies and
Yeah,
stuff like
people.
that. You know, you can
would be
move.
cool.
You can move armies out.
We
too.
should ask Shavashak if that would be possible. He said they need to be in certain places. Like if Bolthum is not one of those places, we don't have to worry about this. But if it is, it's a thought we should keep kicking around.
We can also move
that
people
later.
out if needed
I mean,
to.
I don't know if you
Yeah,
want to ask
not
him
in
that.
public,
Yeah,
but when
yeah,
we
yeah.
have maybe a
obviously.
chance tonight, let's
Sure.
be like, hey, Shabby, what do you think of this?
Shabby?
Hey, Shabby.
I hate it.
Shabby Chase. Okay, yeah. So she's
Yeah.
for old time's sake, I'll tell you, we will this one for you. Welcome. Stay with us tonight for old time's sake. And for the
Appreciate
Harrenborn.
hospitality.
And for Gardengar. May he rest in power.
Toast to Gordigar.
Thank you.
We drink. We eat.
And you
Rewind.
just-
Be as merry
you
as
eat,
we can.
You dance. There's some dancing and singing. Some people break out some stuff and sing some songs and so forth and dance. Ezrala wants to dance to Skara.
Mhm.
And the evening passes, but you can slip away and talk to Shavashak if you wish.
Yes. Hey, Arissa. Think we can get a word with our friend outside?
Yeah, sure. Voice adjusts back, sneaks out.
You get out and into the hills, and what is it that you wish?
I'm thinking about the plinths a lot, and there's a siege in Whitewall right now. It's an important one. If Whitewall falls, it's going to be a big hit in more ways than one. Is it possible to use the magic of the roads and the plinths to move supplies to them?
If they had a plinth
build one?
there, it would be, but there
Is it
would have
possible
to be
build
one.
there.
You would have to get there and construct the plinth, and the rituals and construction take at least one of your seasons, if not more.
We'd win with it, though. I feel like we'd win.
It is also far off the path. We would have to construct plinths going that direction. The end one, for all intents and purposes, on the entire path is Bolto. That's the closest one. All of them head straight out from there. You would have to construct ones going down.
Is the plinth in Boldholm or is it outside of it?
It's not in Boltholm. I'm sorry. It's in Highworm. Not
Oh,
Boltholm.
okay. I was like,
Yeah,
Boldholm?
it's not
There's
in-
one in
it's not in-
Boldholm? How about we just move our army in there and get them
Yeah, that would
inside?
be perfect. Surprise!
I was like, oh, fuck!
Yeah. We're here. No, it's in Highworm. I'm sorry.
Highworm, okay.
Yeah.
That's a hop, skip, and a jump. Yeah.
That's super far. Wow.
It's like 2 days march real world time. So that would probably
Oh.
make it 40 kilometers or so, 50 kilometers, which is like 30 miles, I think.
How many
I don't
plinths would we have to put up between Highworm?
I'm
And-
gonna say you're gonna have to put up at least 4.
which would take 4 seasons.
I mean, that's pretty small in the terms of a war.
Yeah, but like I don't know if Whitewall's gonna is the siege gonna last a year from now? Like,
That's true.
yeah.
It doesn't hurt to have plinths and travel anyways, though, too.
No, I know.
Yeah, but do we have the people available to do that?
We'd
Like,
have to split
Yeah,
up.
we'd have to,
Arissa's not
yeah.
entrusting Shavashak to anyone,
Anyone
else.
else. It's true.
Yeah, we'd have to split up.
It's true. It's true.
Arissa would have to stay behind and build the plinth with however many people were needed.
Which she would do.
Yeah.
Arissa is also the reason Discar is alive right now.
Well, I would have been alive. I would just be without an
You
arm.
might have died from the shock, sir. Sir.
Mm.
It's and Arissa would say it if it's something that would lead to greater victory, is it something I would be willing to assist with? I want to be where I am most helpful. No matter what that is. I'm not saying we need to make a decision now,
Yeah.
It's a gamble. It's a really big gamble.
but I'm saying I'm willing.
Because we could get into Whitewall if we needed to. I know we can. Not
You're
the
right.
company of the dragon, but like 4 of us could do it.
No, but you are right. Like, it is a big gamble. Like, 4 seasons from now, the entire tide of the war could also change, right? And
Yeah, I
then,
know.
but like that's also, you kind of make moves, and sometimes they're the right ones, sometimes they're lost ones.
Okay.
Something to think about. I think we can't make any moves right now since we're heading in this direction. So
Yeah.
We'd have to decide soon, though. Like, this is something we
It
should
would be
start by
soon.
next season if we are doing it. We need to start
Yeah.
it by next season.
yeah,
All right. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll just so much stress. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
So much, so
guys.
much. Yeah, yeah. Just plan a war.
Are there divination magics that could help us make that decision, do you think?
There is a divination rune spell that a lot of you happen to probably have because it is a common rune spell, if I remember correctly.
Ew.
oh,
Yeah, we should probably do a divination for something about this. Like, will we have enough time if we start now, like, or next season
Let
to
me
make a
see
difference
what
in
that
Whitewall
spell
with this?
is.
oh,
Yeah, I got the.
Divination. Ritual must be performed in a holy place of the caster's deity, such as a temple or sanctify spell blessed area that is undisturbed for the duration of the ritual. Would we have access to that for any of us?
All of you would have Sanctify because it is a common rune spell.
Well,
common
shit.
rune
Well,
spells are
shit.
important.
It's almost like the game wants us to cast
Remember
this divination.
me repeatedly saying that the common rune spells were very important?
Yeah.
Here you go.
No,
also no.
You know,
I don't remember anything, Christian. You know this.
I'm still trying to remember if Starbrow is on our side or the other side.
No, Kalir's on our side.
Kalir's on your side.
Yeah, we should do this. Maybe we should do this tonight,
Sanctified
honestly.
divination.
I don't know.
Tonight? It probably also takes time. Do you think this is a safe enough place to hole up and sanctify a place and do a divination?
Is
It
that a
might
question
be.
for me? Or
Yeah, we can
Oh,
always
no.
go a couple miles that way toward the mouth of our veil.
Where are we?
You're not far from the Vale at all. You're in the lizard kicks
No,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
That feels like a auspicious place to do something like this.
I don't hate it. Just take a peek, see.
Fuck it. If we can, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it tonight if we can.
Let's do it.
Just a small group
down.
of us. Just take a peek.
Yep.
Which god are you divining towards?
Good question.
So
I
on a
feel like either Vinga or Shalana O'Roy would be best for this.
Why
Shalana
Vinga?
O'Roy has oracle vibes, but Vinga is a warrior goddess. And this is
Exactly.
about warfare.
Here's the thing too.
But like it would be Orlanth, wouldn't
because
it?
the
Why why
Orlanth-
Vinga?
Vinga
Because
and
you
Orlanth
worship Vinga,
because
not
you
Orlanth.
would do it. It's
Yeah.
either
Oh.
you, probably either you or me.
Oh.
On
I
a
see.
meta level, the divination spell is based on power. I don't know, Brent, how high's your power?
Pretty freaking high.
Oh, then there you go.
I got a 19.
Oh God, yeah, we have the same amount of power. That it
Yeah.
all that matters is flavor. Yeah.
But I could do it to Orlanth as well, right?
Vinga
Am I?
close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
was gonna say.
here's the deal. Like divination, like the Gloranthan gods, like on a meta level, your characters would know this kind of instinctually,
Yeah,
because
right.
you've seen divinations cast in the past, and you'll remember even when you were like looking for the kids who got eaten by the ogre. There were divination cast to Ronalda, and there was divination cast to Orlanth, and all they can
And
say
get different
is
information.
the
'cause they
kids
have
didn't
different
breathe the
realms.
air anymore. The kids weren't in
Yeah,
the earth
that's
anymore.
right.
They didn't know where the kids were per se. They just knew that. So like Gloranthan gods are not omniscient. They pretty much only know what's going on in their own kind of realm of influence, or what their worshippers are telling them, or what is going on in their temples. Now, Whitewall is one of the most sacred sites for Orlanth, so there's going to be an Orlanth temple there. There's going to be a Vinga temple there. There's going to be all that stuff, but there will also be Lightbringers temples in there. So, like Shalana Roy is works too, but depending
Yeah,
on
it's
who
possible
you
if we
ask,
need more
you'll
information,
get
we could
very
do two
different
tonight.
information.
We
Yeah,
could ask
exactly.
Roy
yeah,
too
right.
for more information.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Because we're trying to
I will-
ascertain the likelihood that we have enough time. So we ask Vinga, like, how's the war going? How are the supplies? Can they hold for this
Mhm.
long? We ask
Mhm.
Shalana O'Roy, like, how are the people's spirits? How are their health? Like, can they hold? How's the food? Can they hold for this long?
Yeah.
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 Exactly. And so you'll get you ask Orlanth one thing, you ask Shalana Roy the same
Yeah.
question, you'll probably get very different answers, but you can get kind of an idea of what's going on.
of our
Yeah.
chances.
And
Yeah.
I will also say that, like, if you're going to sanctify an area, if you're going to go into the mountains or into the Vale, first of all, that's a great place to do it, just for reasons. But secondly, if Arissa and Bryn are both going to cast divinations, I would allow you to just use one sanctify, because you would do it to the Lightbringer gods, right? It would it would kind of count for all of
Okay.
you, because the 7
Okay.
Lightbringers are the 7 Lightbringers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the first
No.
instance of us
Nope.
casting rune magic, or no?
Deskar has used his rune magic. Rue has
I've
used her
used
rune
mine.
magic.
Yep.
You used your healing rune magic. Bryn has used lightning.
Okay.
This is just some of the first uses of like common rune magic sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only done my special ones.
I have used I've used the extension common rune magic, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, let's do it. Like, let's
Yeah, I love it.
This
pack
is
a
our
little-
first
little
instance
picnic
of
or whatever
like
and go off in the
talking
night.
to the gods.
Do it.
Like
We're
being
close
like,
to home.
hey,
We can
yo,
go
we
right
know
to
you're
the mouth
there.
of the Vale, where all of the silt and everything from the floodwaters have settled, and the pieces of our dead and the enemy's dead, and we will make
Yeah.
this a holy place and try to get some useful information.
Yeah, I love it.
We head out.
Everybody's like having a good kind of night. So you guys tip off from that and leave probably like, I would say like the early evening, just to get away from everyone. It would not take you, if you leave like kind of at that period where the sun is beginning to set, you will be at the Vale before the sun sets. It's not that far.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not
Perfect.
that far. It's not that far at all. Yeah,
Shit.
it's not that far. Especially for you guys, you're used to. Even Arissa is getting like a little better at like hiking and stuff. So you guys, it's
We
not
have
a hard.
Ort too. Yeah.
Yeah, she can ride Ort if she needs to. So you get to the mouth of the Vale and you see the old palisades that were once there, or what's left of them. By and large, they're torn down. The only a few of the supports, like the posts, remain, and a few of the actual like palisades are still there. But the deer skulls that used to be there are all gone, and you find some of like the doors and stuff kind of washed away as you walk there. You don't see much in the way of weapons or anything like that. It seems like a lot of that stuff might have been
People have
taken
cleaned that up,
already. Yeah. But you enter into the Vale. How deep do you want to go into the Vale?
Kind of like
It feels eerily quiet.
I kind of like doing the entrance of it and sanctifying it, but
We could also go to the heart.
that's true too.
We could go to one of our sacred spaces that are already here.
Yeah.
So there was a hill
Yep,
that
and then
was
there's
sacred to
the
Orlanth.
riddle.
You
We
the
have I was
riddle.
gonna say we have
But the
hidden
riddle-
places.
Now remember,
We
those
can't go
places,
into the riddle.
those
but we can go
places are
near it.
hidden.
Correct.
Those places are hidden. Yeah, actually,
We have
I
hidden
forgot
places.
that. There's also where the oak was, all the way up
Oh,
on top of the
oak.
mountains where the
Oh, the
whiter was.
oak.
But if you walk into the Vale, depending on how deep you go, Red Rock is not that far in. And
Well,
that's
Red
where
Rock's
the main
special to
fighting
us.
was. Yeah.
Oh, that too. But Red Rock is also special to like our people and stuff.
There's so many good choices.
Yeah.
I like the oak. Or the waterfall. That's far though.
Yeah, it would be like towards the
That's the other end.
peak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Towards a peak.
Yeah.
I think the oak or even just the banks of the Doe Run.
We could go to where Gordingar's house was.
I like the banks of the Doe Run.
Yeah.
The Doe Run.
I like something about water for this because it's about
helped
like
save us.
fate, and water is movement, and movement is change. And we are asking if things will change.
So you
Huh.
walk into the Vale, and it feels so quiet. So the opposite of the last time all your memories of it, where it's just filled with life and people. And you walk up past the first stead, which was the stead that guarded the gates, and you go a little deeper into the valley. You follow the Doe Run, and as you walk along the side, each of one you think you see a deer in the river watching you, not standing in the river, but a doe in the water. Like if you look in, you think you see the reflection of a doe, but it's not there if you turn around. And as you go in, you get eventually to Red Rock Stead, and you see that the landscape has actually changed a little bit, because you see in the middle of the Doe Run now there's an island, and something is gleaming in the moonlight of the island, because it's a crescent moon. And you see something gleaming in the middle of the island.
Oh, we have to go there.
Yeah, what is it?
It's Jorganath's sword, just driven straight into the ground, right where they fell. And it is still gleaming and untarnished by the weather.
I think we found our spot.
The little island in the Doe Run. We'll
Okay.
wade across the waters
You
to the
wade in,
island.
it's not deep at all. You're able to wade across. Even in the springtime right now, it's not deep. And you feel, all of you feel a very sacred presence here anyway. And a matter of fact, I'll say that it's so sacred that this is sanctified ground. It is sanctified by the sacrifice made there by 2 Orlanth priests, a Humar priest, and a trickster.
Probably one of the reasons why the sword hasn't been able to be taken yet.
True.
All right, we'll set up whatever needs to be done. Somber air. We're all quiet, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
Let
Shit, that
me
takes
hear.
Some of my rune magic.
Yeah, you're gonna have to use your rune magic, but
I think it's
Those-
at least 1 point.
yeah, let me get it up. Let me put it up.
Have to roll for my magic this time.
You will, yep.
Let us remember to roll for our
We
power
will.
rolls.
This is a big deal, so we're gonna roll for it. Spirit magic.
Oh boy, do we have rerolls?
We have one. Also, I just put the description of the divination
Oh,
spell in
perfect.
chat.
Thanks, Sarah.
Oh,
So we
thank you,
have
Sarah.
that. I already had the page open
Which one
because I
must
was
reform
reading
the
it to
holy
figure
place to
out.
cast today is a temple of sanctified spirit blessing. For each point the spellcaster, the community has a simple question. We receive an answer of up to 10 words or a brief vision or dream of the answer. The proposal with the 1 hour per point.
We have gained another reroll, and John Malcolm is reminding us use passions.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for both of those things.
This is why chat is the best.
We have such a great chat. I love these motherfuckers. I love you, you motherfuckers. Thank you.
Oh, so we don't roll the game master rolls.
Yeah, no, Christian rolls. It's secret.
Okay.
Yeah, which means I don't have to roll, bitches. Let's go.
Well, you do have
I was
to
gonna
roll.
say, does that count as rolling for our power, or that's
No.
after? That's
After.
after for the divination.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got more rerolls. Thank you, chat.
They're flooding in. Chat wants this to work. Chat wants to know the answer too.
I know.
Oh man.
Chat, people who know this story well enough know that you're kind of putting me on the spot to come up with something cool here. So they're probably desperate to see me come up with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, also that was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Listen.
Yeah, Dustin said that's absolutely badass. Tears.
Me too, honestly. But when important things happen in the campaign world, things change there, right? That's just the way it is. Because it's not a living world if it isn't. Here we go. Divination. No, that's not divination. That's something else.
Oh, in the rule book, sorry, it's page 327.
No, I'm looking. There's a whole different section on like how it kind of works too. Just kind of with some examples. I just want to take a peek at here. Hold on.
John Malcolm, DMs don't get rerolls. That's something we established. In the DMAD point redemption system a long time ago. DMs do not get benefits for rerolls.
Damn. But it's not his benefit. It's ours.
Or it's our detriment.
Now we'll let the
rolls.
dice fall. It's in the fates' hands.
It's the fates.
Arachne Solara, please.
No.
You unlock 5K to give GM. No, because we have. Here's the thing. I had to bump giving us a reroll to 2.5K because it was originally a 1K, and
we were
people
flooded with rerolls.
Yes. The rerolls all around used to be 5K, and now it's 10K because we have a wonderful core of regulars who just bank points.
They're just like
have 63.8K points.
I have 64.5.
Yeah, because you've been at more streams than me. It said I've spent some, so I'm sure.
Yeah.
Point inflation hit hard. Listen, that's what I mean.
We're going to bring down the points, folks. I'm putting tariffs. We're going to put tariffs.
Don't do
on
the
people.
voice.
Christian.
I just turned my volume off, completely off, until
All right, I'm done. I'm stopping.
Just retching and vomiting uncontrollably.
That's how good I am at this. Look at the power that I have to make you ill.
We went from sweet crying to like ill puking.
Don't ruin the sacred moment.
I will not ruin the sacred moment of the sacrifice of our most holy heroes. All right.
I will say, like, from the description and whatnot, like doing the whole thing, like I've been, since Sarah's just been like making blankets in game, I have been having the idea of just like making some of those blankets merch.
Yeah, we should. We totally should.
And then just like the whole scene of like the sword in the middle of the island with like the shimmer of the
that
dough
would be
in
a beautiful blanket.
Would be a beautiful blanket.
Yeah.
How do we make this happen?
We need artists to talk to make to make that happen.
Blanket makers.
Yes, we would.
No, but like
we need master weavers.
Hi, are you an artist that would like to be commissioned for RuneQuest art?
Reach out.
Please
Seriously.
reach out to us. Like,
absolutely, 100%.
We will pay
reach out.
you for this.
Yeah, we have.
Also,
we paid
if you
other
make
people
blankets.
for it.
They're gonna be like, we can put blankets online, handmade, but they're gonna be about this big.
Well, no, so Redbubble will let you can put yourself on a blanket on Redbubble.
Oh, can you? They have blankets?
Yes,
they
do.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do.
Yep. Okay.
We just need an artist to commission. So
we do.
Right.
Who wants to do the first divination? Whomst among you shall do the first divination?
Probably me.
Okay.
Bryn will go first.
Less
Bryn's
patient.
at the- Yep.
Not as patient as Arissa.
It's good. It gives Arissa time to think of questions and write them down.
Oh gosh. I don't even know what my questions are.
Remember, what we want to find out is if Whitewall can hold for 4
Yeah.
seasons, starting from next season or whatever.
Like how our army is doing and if we'll
Yeah.
hold. Yeah.
Or can it hold a year? Probably is the question.
Yeah. All right. So I will spend 3 points.
Okay. Because you have 4 points, if I remember correctly, right?
I have 7. I
You have
don't know
7
if that's
rune
correct.
points? Holy Jesus! Okay,
I've sacrificed
you
a
can
lot.
find out. That's fine. You've
Okay.
given 7
Yeah,
points of
yeah.
power. That's awesome. Okay.
I only have 6.
Okay.
I only have 4.
I did the transfer thing when we could to get more rune
I
magic,
think I failed.
right?
the rule
That
let
was something
me
I could do.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
it was-
MPs
it
have
was-
gone down.
No, your power should go down.
Oh, my power should go
It's your
down.
power goes down to get more rune points, not your magic points.
Oh, so I've been doing that wrong. But I know what it would be because I've been reducing it by the same amount. Okay.
Yeah.
So my power is actually lower then. My power is like 15. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Good to know. All right. So
So that is
that's 3 questions.
75.
Basically.
Ooh, those are not great odds. Oh no, I guess
It's not
good
too
odds.
bad. That's not
That's
terrible.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
questions. Yes. I'm going to do 3 questions.
Okay.
I'm going to augment
Okay.
for loyalty Sartar.
Would you also want to use, I would say, a ritual practice like a dance or something that would possibly be part of the casting of the spell?
Ritual practice.
You know what? We can just call that part of the dancing of the spell. Augment. You can augment with Tartar too first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
War paint.
Oh, Jess, so Dustin points out, your power goes down, but then your magic points go down to reflect it. Magic points equals power.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
why I was thinking
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
okay. Well, at least I still tracked it here, so that's why
Yeah.
my power would be
Yeah.
15 because I've been reducing my MP or my magic points. All right, so I did get the augment. I got 32 regular success out of 60.
So that's plus 20. So then to cast the divination correctly, you need to roll one of your runes. You probably use your highest one that's associated with
Or
Orlanth
Christian
Vinga.
rolls it.
No,
No,
that's
this
she
is
rolls
just for
this
the
to
spell.
be successful for the casting.
Gotcha.
One of my runes. All right, well that would be air,
Mhm.
Okay.
which is an 86.
Wind kind of picks up, buffets the trees around the
Absolutely.
shore.
Yep.
Augmented, so that's 20 more though. That's 106, or though no, is
Yep,
that how it works?
that's- yeah.
Right. So
Absolutely.
I got a 22 out of 106.
That's a special.
So it's no, it's 20,
Um,
21%. No.
Damn, it's so close.
It's very close, but not quite.
Yeah.
So, all right. You
I always think it's a quarter, not a fifth.
begin dancing. And as you do, the wind picks up. And around you, the wind swirls around all you guys. You feel it swirling around, this whipping up, actually frothing a little bit of waves into the Doe Run River. The water actually is like whipped up into the air, kind of flecks all of you guys, almost like holy water a little bit. And you dance. And as you dance, you begin to lose yourself a little bit. You begin to lose yourself a little bit, Bryn. And what are the questions you ask?
One, just how is our army like at Whitewall doing? Like how
Okay.
how is our army?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you want all 3 now?
Yeah, just give me all 3 right now.
Okay. One is just how is our army specifically at Whitewall? 2 is just how are like what is the landscape across Sartar right now of our fight in general? And 3 is just will Whitewall hold for the next year?
Can Whitewall hold a year?
Yeah.
Can the forces at Whitewall hold Whitewall for a year?
Yeah.
Okay. And your power is 15 now?
15. Yeah, so that's an
Okay.
85.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, as you dance, you begin to lose yourself. And the vision of your friends and of the starry sky and the crescent moon and the air kind of starts to fade away until you're just focusing a little bit on the moon. And as you dance, you actually feel like, I won't call it an out of body experience, but you lose the sense of your body, and you only have this consciousness of seeing the air, that moon in the air, and then you feel as if you're standing on these white battlements of this huge fortress, and you're looking down off the fortress and into this deep ravine at your feet. And across that ravine, you see these campfires of this army. There's so many campfires out there. And you turn and you look, and you're not yourself. You're actually a warrior. Well, you are a warrior, but you're a different warrior.
You're a different warrior.
This is a different warrior. You're not only are you you feel so confident. You've got this helmet on and this sword that gleams, and other people are looking at you and expecting something out of you. And you look over the people who are still arrayed in the fortress, and there are not many of them. Not compared to what's outside the walls of the fortress. And you just have this feeling in your heart that you feel is not the feeling of a god, but the feeling of this person that you're inhabiting, that you just, all that's carrying you now is your faith in Orlanth. But you believe Orlanth can work miracles, because he bought the sun back. And then you have this feeling of like zooming up, and you're floating so high. You see Curofin, and you see Quivin, and you see the Sacred Mountains, and you see Sartar, and you see lights. Below you is a huge light where the fortress is, right? And you see light where the mountain of Curofin is, or where the other Sacred Mountains are. But when you look out over the rest of Sartar, where these temples used to be, there's not as much light there anymore. And then you just feel yourself falling, and you fall back into yourself.
The forces at Whitewall are low. There's faith and hope, but it would take a lot. At Whitewall. We're still not in a good place.
Fuck, that was not the answer we were hoping for. Okay.
Could I tell if it was the people had hope and faith in Orlanth, or Orlanth has hope?
Okay. But you specifically inhabited someone there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was the same.
Whoever that person was there, everybody had absolute faith in that person.
Yeah.
And that person was kind of looking out over the people who were there and being like, I don't really know how we're going to do this, but I have faith.
Yes.
I have faith in Orlanth,
Yes.
and Orlanth has faith in his people.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Arissa?
Let's give it a shot. So I am going to augment with loyalty to Haraborn clan, if that makes sense. Winnie, stop. Go see your father, Winnie.
You should you probably also have loyalty to Shalana or Roy.
I do.
Okay.
Would that work for this?
that applies to the question
Okay.
you're asking.
That's fair.
I'm gonna put 2 points into it. I have 2 questions.
Sure.
So start with the augment. I just barely succeeded,
Okay, so that's plus 20.
and that is something I can check off.
Yeah, by the way, check your augment too, Jess.
Yep.
Oh my God, Winnie, hun.
Also check your air rune because you used it.
Ooh, I don't know how
Winnie,
that
I
works.
Yeah,
can't do this right now, baby.
Same exact way, Jess.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Someone is being very needy right now. So I'll use 2 points. Let me do that. Okay. And then, so I'm sorry, what am I'm rolling
You're rolling
Wow.
power
power
just to see if your spell.
Power times 5?
No. You're going to roll with a rune that is appropriate to Shalana
Oh.
Arroy. So your harmony rune, for example, or one of those.
No,
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's
That's
definitely
right.
going to be harmony because
Yeah.
my harmony rune's a 92.
Gotcha.
there you go. That's the one.
Do we
And
not-
And you. What's that?
Do we not roll for just our spell use too? Is that part of it?
This is how you cast rune spells.
This is how you do
Yeah.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
It's been so long.
So if you augment it plus 20.
Gotcha.
I rolled a 6.
Shit. Okay.
Special.
It is my rune is a 92, so the plus 20 brings it to 112, and I rolled a 6.
Okay, so that's
Super
a
special.
special. And no, that's beyond the special. That's
Yeah,
like
that's
a
the
critical.
super one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have
okay.
never rolled this well in this game
Okay.
ever.
So check that.
Done.
And
It's just a shame that you rolled this well to get very bad news.
what is your
Hers might be better.
Not a great.
not a critical?
It's not a critical.
Because because you know why? It's a 6. It would have to be a 5.
Wait, no. Wait, what is
Oh
your?
yeah,
'Cause
it's
the
5 or
100
below. It doesn't
even
matter.
because the over 100 doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
right.
It's still based off
I always
of
forget
100?
that. Yeah, it's still based off. Even if you go over 100, it's still based off of 100.
Okay.
You just
mine
have a
are
lot
going
less of a
regular
chance of
range.
fucking things up. It really actually more affects other people's doing your thing. Yeah.
Gotcha. Shit.
No,
So
you
still
had-
special success.
Wait, what was your skill with the thing?
90?
With the
112.
Okay,
112.
yeah. So it would have had to be. It would have been up to
112.
120. Yeah, that's why. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
I feel like I'm addressing the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Hey.
All right. The
So,
aggro is
but
back. So
still a
we're
special
just doing
success.
this.
Not a
Yeah,
critical.
that
Still
was a special.
success.
Which normally wouldn't do anything for you, but you know what? I'm going to augment your power roll. So what is your power?
Ooh.
19.
All right, so we'll just okay. Well, I mean, you're pretty much really good there anyway. So let me just. Okay.
I still fear.
Okay.
Luckily, I don't have to roll, but still fear.
So, how do you cast the spell? What does Orisa do when she tries to divine something?
So, Orisa,
Oh yeah.
Hmm?
Hold on. I don't think you use all your room points, but we'll address that in a minute. Let's do this first, and then we'll
all
read
right,
the rule book. Don't
go.
get your demon off you, your shoulder.
She-
And
Move
Ken,
the void.
will you do
She
me a favor
wants-
while you're off screen?
she
Will
wants
you look in the
attention.
PDF and just look up if she rolled a crit on it? I don't think she spends as many room points, but can you just look that up while we're doing this, please, sir?
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you.
Not that I rolled a crit, but close. So Orisa, she's. I think it's less. It's not dancing, but it's. I'm trying to think of how to describe it, but it's
Swaying,
she's
like dancing in a goth nightclub. Oh, I'm just
no,
sorry.
like
I'm
so
sorry.
she's seated with her legs crossed,
Yeah.
but she's effectively dancing with just the upper half of her body and like the arm movements and
Cool.
whatever.
Cool.
And also Orisa just by stats is better at singing than dancing. So I like to think that she involves more of singing and chanting and that sort of stuff in her practice, which is
I
why
love
she's
it.
better at it.
I
Cool.
love it. I love it.
So yeah, that's the
Cool. I like it. That's funny because I imagine more like martial type dancing when Bryn does hers too.
Yeah, definitely like a war dance for sure.
Yeah.
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 Bryn does something close to, I would say, a haka, honestly.
Yeah.
What? Oh.
That's exactly probably what it is. Because that's canon what Orlanth people do. So
The haka? Hell yeah.
yeah, they do hakas.
If the roll
basically.
was a critical, the spell costs no rune points.
So she
No
didn't
rune points.
quite crit. She just did a special, so it still costs rune
That's okay.
points. That's okay. All right.
I'm happy with using them for this.
Yep. This is good stuff. Okay. So you. Why did I have to read that? You
So I'm reading it out loud so everyone else can hear it. Sunday mead. She's holding everyone's hands and saying a Hail Mary for that Catholic trauma.
Yeah, that is the way it be. We were just talking about this together.
Talking about
Yes,
this morning.
So
Trying to not make Shalana or Roy Mother Mary as are both Catholic school survivors.
So you're singing, and you begin again, just similar to Bryn. You concentrate so much on the song of your voice, the sound of your voice in your song, and you're picturing your song reaching up and reaching Shalana or Roy's ears, and that song eventually causes everything around you to fade away. What are your questions?
So the two that she's got are what will creating the dragon plinths be beneficial to our cause? And what could we do to aid the citizens of Whitewall? Her logic is directly towards looking for solutions and finding aid, and that's kind of why Arissa's angling that.
Sure. So I'm gonna in order to avoid you wasting a question because you spent 2 rune points, I'm going to tell you right now, Shalana, I would not have an answer about the Dragon Plinths because that's not something that falls within her area.
Okay.
So if you wanted to give me another question, I would take that.
The only other one I had written down, Bryn used. Any other
You could ask this. You could ask the same question because we would get different information.
perspectives? That's
Yeah.
true. Okay.
I don't know. And one quick idea here. I don't know if this goes against the nature of Shalana O'Roy, and therefore you should not ask it. But her realm is like healing wounds and sickness and mercy and all that. But her realm is wounds and sickness in that she has to be able to detect something in order to heal it. So could you ask where the Lunars are suffering? Because that's a weak spot that we could hit.
Would that work, Christian?
I don't know if Shalana O'Roy would be like, how dare you ask to see where
Yeah.
the hurt is so like that we can hit it harder, but like
Yeah, she's like, I know your intention for the question.
But
Yeah.
she doesn't.
Yeah.
Gloranthan
Doesn't?
gods are not omniscient. They're not omniscient.
Yeah, and then
So
then
that
you
means
also
that they
have to
don't
think
necessarily
if
know
it's
what
in
you're up to.
character for
They only
Orisa,
pretty
but-
much know what's going on in their temples, what their worshippers are telling them, those sorts of things. So she would be aware of, because Lunars will pray to Shalana Roy. They call her Orisa,
Yeah.
and that's their goddess of healing, ironically.
Yeah.
And so they
Yeah,
will.
like where are the lunar
they would-
besiegers suffering?
Yeah, they would need help just
and
like
that could
anyone
reveal
else.
a vulnerability. Like they need food the most, or they need weapons, or they need men,
Yep.
and that's the thing that we hit and don't let them get.
But she would also see what we do with that information.
Necessarily.
Not really.
She's not going to be watching you guys. You guys aren't her worshippers. She might watch Orisa.
Orisa.
But Orisa isn't really a high-ranking priestess to garner that much attention.
Okay, I'm just saying.
It
In
really
all in
only
all,
gets into-
Orissa's
It
Do
really
with that
gets
what you will. If it's not in character, obviously
Good
don't. But like
Yeah.
that was my thought
Mhm.
about a way
She
that we could use to
wouldn't-
our advantage.
It feels like a risky move.
Yeah.
It's not something she would think of.
Okay.
You could likewise ask, like, where our people in Whitewall are suffering the most, and that could be the thing that we focus on trying to get to them aid.
That's what that's what
That's her
she
second
asked
question.
with what
Yeah.
could we do to aid the citizens of Whitewall?
Yeah.
That was what
Gotcha.
her
Yeah.
mindset was
Yeah.
on.
And that could be a total different answer, honestly.
You know what she'll ask? What could we do to gain favor with our hopeful Sambari allies? Building
good one.
connections, building
I like that.
harmony.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good
very
one. I had another
All right.
idea. I don't know if you want me to say it or not.
Go ahead. You take I'm allowing you time to
Yeah.
discuss this. This is
Yeah,
fine.
we
because
talked
you spent
about
room-
Other
spent room
idea
points,
is you could
can-
ask,
yeah.
are there any influential lunars at the siege there who have an opening for peace in their hearts? Like someone we could turn.
Aw, that's a good question.
Yeah, are there any lunars that involved in the siege that like have room for peace or diplomacy or
That sounds more Orisa than.
anything like that we could potentially
Yeah.
make a friend behind enemy lines?
I will be honest. The question about the Sambari is much better.
It's
That's
better.
my
Okay.
opinion. That's my opinion. But that's you
then
can
we'll go
ask
with
what
that.
you wish. Okay. All right. So the two questions are How can
What
we
could we
forge it
do to aid
help
the
Whitewall?
citizens of Whitewall?
okay.
And what could we do to garner favor and harmony with our Sambari, hopeful
Okay.
Sambari allies?
KKK. Cool. All right. So
Add another K there, bucko.
KK. Cool. Only two
Yeah.
Ks, not three.
Or 4. We'll go with 4.
4. Yeah.
We like
KKK.
even numbers.
Yes. Your song, you hear it, everything around you, you've closed your eyes so you can't see your friends, but the things you were hearing the night, the sounds of the night here in the Vale kind of fall away, and you hear your song echoing. Because it's echoing. You were singing a comfort song, like a song that you would sing to help people heal. Your grandmother taught it to you. It's an ancient healing Shalana Arroy's song.
She literally knows the rune magic spell comfort song.
So you were just singing, these are these songs that they teach. And a lot of these songs teach things like certain herbs or things to do within them, but you were singing a comfort song, and that same song is now echoing because you're inside a huge fortress. And you look around and you look at your white robes, and your white robes are so stained red with blood. And you look down this, you're in this kind of alcove, and there are wounded that you recognize Orlanthe warriors, and they're wounded. And you're doing your best to take care of them, but you're exhausted. And you walk outside and you pass a courtyard where, because there hasn't been any chance to do it, it's just stacked with the dead. And you look up on the walls of these massive limestone walls, and you see a woman with a long flowing red cloak and a star on her head, standing and watching over the walls. And she's standing and she's talking to this man who is not as tall as her, interestingly, but clad in this beautiful bronze armor with this sword and this helmet that just shine. And the wind seems to whip around his hair in like the perfect way. And they're standing there looking out over the walls of this fortress. And you look around and you see not many people left. You, Orisa, catch a slight glimpse of yourself. You feel a glimpse of recognition because you see Deskara's mom among the warriors. Unhurt. Her armor is dinted. Her spears and swords are notched, but she's still there. But you get the impression that there's just not many defenders left here. And then you fall out of that person, whoever that is, and you fall into a forest. You find yourself in a forest, in a hut, where there's a very sick child. And there's a grandmother trying to help this child. And outside there's a man with gray skin. Like, not like sickly, he's kind of pale. His skin is gray like a stone. He's an older man, and he's watching this, and he's very, very worried.
King.
Then you come back to yourself.
Arissa, as she tends to do when pushing herself and exerting, turns away from everyone and vomits before that's just a girly pop is sick, she's having a time, and then looks back, wipes her mouth very just whatever. She first thing she looks to Descara. Your mother is alive and unharmed, but she is one of very few defenders left at Whitewall. There are dozens of injured, dozens more dead. They need people. They need defenders. They need those that are able to fight and protect. As for the Sambari, we're already on the right track by talking to the former leader. He has a child or a grandchild, I'm going to presume, who is very ill and is of need of my assistance.
Whitewall won't hold a year.
Whitewall won't hold a year. Not with the amount of people they have left. Their few healers are driving themselves to exhaustion to just keep people alive.
So I've just noticed on this map that Whitewall is on a plateau. Is the siege lines on the plateau, or are they around the plateau?
You don't know.
We need to find out, because I have an idea.
I will say that what you know about Whitewall, because you've heard about it, is that it is built on a pretty much almost inaccessible plateau. It's surrounded by very deep ravines. That's why it's such a powerful fortress.
It has to, if it's on the plateau and the siege lines are below it, because it's super hard to climb, I would think, except
Yeah.
for maybe a road in and a road out or something
Yeah.
that's heavily fortified.
Mhm.
It
There
looks like
have
there's
to be.
just one road in, one road out.
Yeah, there have to be secret passages through the cliffs and under the city. There have to be. There have to be. Why would you
Amber-
build a fortress without secret
Amber,
passages?
Amber, are you saying that
Secret tunnel.
there's a secret tunnel
There's a secret tunnel through the mountains.
through the mountains?
Guys, there have to be. We have secret tunnels in our mountains. This Sartorites love secret tunnels, okay? I feel like there have to be secret tunnels. They're
Oh, I
probably
gotta
not
find
large.
something.
They're not large enough to put a significant attacking force through, because that would be stupid. But they might be large enough to fit invisible aid through. Cloaked with magic. Or something.
What aid are you thinking of? Just like actual warriors, like moving in?
Yeah.
We'd also need enough people to help fortify, yeah.
We need people to do it, but I feel like there's a chance we could move them in if we found them. And they're in a super defensible fort, so they don't have enough people to hold it against the siege for long, but we don't need to match the siege's numbers, though. The people in the fort can defend against more people by nature of the thing. So it's not like,
I just need reinforcements.
they need reinforcements. And we need a way to get them in there. And we have the best fucking earth priestesses in the world. Just like we have to be able to move people through the mountain. Like, I don't know.
I also kind of think like right now, like if we're going to look for more divination, honestly, like either Odela or Telmore might know of secret ways into Whitewall. because
that's true. Passes through the mountain.
but both are just like ew people. But hey, I have need to be in that city.
Maybe. Critters.
My other thought is we want to affect the supply chain, but what if we raided and we got supplies in the process? But that was a smokescreen for the fact that we are poisoning some of the supplies that we are allowing to get through. We
How?
would need a lot of poison.
Yeah.
But
How?
we'd have to sneak up.
No, I mean, how do you poison supplies?
Poison the wine. Poison the grain. Barrels of it.
I think we should talk with the former leader and see if he has any additional insight.
This child appears to be an urgent need and is not that far, so we should go to that first. But
Yes.
from what you've described, I don't think Whitewall will hold long enough for us to do everything we want to do here. I think we need to address it more urgently first.
Yeah.
We'll definitely need to do something.
Yeah, John makes a very good point about your plan, Amber, that disease spirits are what cause those things in RuneQuest.
I know I want.
And that's getting into
I
very
want to,
bad
but like
territory,
we've got
especially
Shalana
for
Oroy
Orisa.
Priestess here.
Yeah.
Cursed
We also
by
have
Malia.
Arissa, who is
Yeah.
Yeah.
who's cursed by such spirits.
Cursed by the disease goddess
Mhm.
herself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is disease and poison the same thing? With that?
Poison is poison. Like people know what
Right,
poison
like-
is. Yeah. So that's different. But I mean,
It's also not as effective, but
It-
but it's
say
not
that culturally,
disease.
I don't know how honorable you would consider it, but hey, it's war. I mean, that's
I
a
wanna
choice for
win.
you guys to make.
Oh,
Yeah.
Uh,
So
Winnie is, you guys hear weird mic noises. The cat has just grabbed it. Are you entertained, Winifred?
I'll be the big bad wolf.
big bad.
I want to win.
I have committed war crimes.
I have committed war crimes. Our group was very resistant to do the plan that we did that saved us too, because it's not the Orlanthe way. And I'm like, but Ermal is one of our gods too.
Oh yeah, Umral would definitely like shit in their well water for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not, it's not leaving who we are. It's leaning to a different side. of who we are.
And everyone's like, this is why werewolves have a chaos taint. That's what they're all thinking. So we can
All right, so let's go to the
so
Trace
you
Kids
guys
Child's
want to
Aid.
play. We can probably cover that tonight and stop there if that's what you want. Cover the sick kid is what I'm saying.
I
Jess
think
is like,
that,
how much longer is it?
yeah,
I
think
don't
just
think
because
much longer, or if you want to just stop right here, that's fine. It's up to
I
you
am
guys.
very tired.
yeah, we're
I can see you are.
post-holiday.
Yeah,
I
Okay,
am
so we
very
have a good
tired.
direction for when we pick up. We're gonna go to
Yes.
Grayskin's aid, see if we
Yep.
can resolve that, help that, make a little connection or something, and then we got to figure out something to do at Whitewall urgently.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Besides just like Des running into the crowd.
Nah,
Bear.
yes, it's gonna work. Man, what I wouldn't give for a bunch of
I am
Troy's
also
cool
rocks.
brother eagle friends.
Oh, eagle
You can just like
friends.
fly in.
That's pretty cool. That's true.
All right. Well,
Just airdrop like paratrooping fucking Bingans down into the city.
I'm gonna lasso this troop and pull it
Yeah,
in before
lash
we
'em
all
in.
go sleep crazy.
Mm.
So thank you everyone for joining us for this week's episode of DMs After Dark. If you enjoy what you see here, you can follow us on all of our social medias, which I have just posted in chat there. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Blue Sky. We are keeping the Twitter account but abandoning it due to some,
Yeah.
Musk shit. But no one's gonna take our username because we're leaving it open. So there we go. If you have seen any of our great art in the intro or the beautiful dragon in the middle of our screen right now, and you want to get any merch related to us, you can take a look at our Redbubble. The art is by the amazing Katrine Durim. You could also get shirts with our lovely Detective 20 on them, should you wish, because he's a good egg. If you like what you see here, you can give us a follow on Twitch. We go live every other Saturday at 7 p.m.-ish EST. And all of our VODs are up on our YouTube channel sometime between the following day and the Monday, depending
I'll
on...
probably get this up tomorrow.
Yeah, so depending on how eager Christian feels. Thank you all for joining us once again. If you have... Oh my god, wow, I'm really tired. Questions, comments, concerns, conspiracy theories, dog pictures, dmsafterdark@gmail.com. Email us all of it. We love reading the shit you send us. And until next time... Ooh, the question that just popped into my head is rancid, but we're going to say it anyway. What war crime would you commit?
Oh,
Save your
no.
people?
All of them.
No.
In
All
this
of them.
situation.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Good night,
Send us that.
everyone.
Like, may I introduce you to the baby catapult? Like,
Good
The
night,
cows.
everyone. Goodbye.
You poison the
diseased
baby and
cows
then you launch the
launched
baby over the wall.
Just end the stream. I'm
Good
done.
night. Good night.
End it.